Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your monthly edition of After Nine. I'm Travis Snell, and I'm joined by.
I am Spider Boy Kirkland Patzer.
Hi, I am Dylan Moss.
I was just trying to open just a regular link. I'll get into why I'm having issues, but just like a regular link, it's just saying, "Oh, Safari can't open this page." It's just like just the usual link, like the same old stuff. But
Oh, this man's
You know.
crackling over here.
He is crackling.
Snap, crackle, pop
crackle,
on the
pop.
microphone.
is it
All
is it
three of
better
them.
now? I was half plugged in a second ago. Am I fully? Does it sound better
You're
now?
swinging that thing around. Oh my God, it's like you're at the rodeo
You're
right
a
I'm
little
now.
trying not
crackly.
to swing it I'm trying not to swing it around at all. Let me
You
try
can
the
definitely tell
chords.
you're working like remote today. You're not at your normal HQ. You're
Hang on. I'll try that. Yeah,
looking
so
a little
that's why.
blotchy too.
Yeah, I do apologize if for anybody because I'll tell the story in a second. But yeah, I am not at home. I guess I can tell it now. But yes, this is After Nine. We get together once a month to chat with one another, and any listeners and patrons that want to come in at the Phase 2 tier higher. That's our way of saying a big thank you and a big shout out to each one of you that support us. These two are smiling, so I don't know what is
That mic
happening
is
right
just
now.
it's just crackling like crazy.
Is it?
man.
Okay, let me-
It's insane.
Oh, wait a second. Is it crackling the similar way to remember that cast a side quest me and Taylor did? Remember it was like that?
It just sounds
I
like
think
you've
I
a
figured it out.
loose wire over here.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the links to the patrons, and then I'm going to drop in and drop out because I think I know how to fix this. I'm going to pull up my other laptop here. But yeah, so I'm not at my regular location. My house had luckily not my house had a flood, but there was a flood in the yard. So I am not there. We're in Airbnb. So that's why also the Wi-Fi. We'll see how that is. But yeah, that's why I'm not here. So it's been quite a weekend, quite a journey. We're in here at least until Monday. So hopefully after that, because we got to wait to the city to come and inspect some things. So we had to tear out all these stupid trees, and they had to move stuff out of the ground, and the yard. It's just been a semi.
What did the trees
nightmare and
do?
stuff.
Why are you saying the
Yeah,
stupid trees? What
stupid
did the trees
trees.
do wrong?
So what I would like really before I get out of here is they provided. I have because you guys have been there. Remember, there's the playground there where the kids are. The trees covered all that. So now with those trees being gone, it's like you can just be walking on the sidewalk and look over and see us there. Where before I really liked having coverage, just you couldn't see us at all. You would just see trees and nobody. So I really miss that aspect of just being, not that I would, but I could be butt naked out there, and no one would know because I'm surrounded by trees. Of course, I'm not butt naked out
standing
there
on the
because I'm in the
playground.
playground.
Yeah.
completely
Yes,
naked.
of course. I'm just saying though, it's just more like looking over and I liked the privacy that the trees provide and shade too. Shade, which is fine because summer is ending, but next year I feel like it's gonna be a lot less shaded. So the person keeps saying, "Oh, we're gonna put a fence," but it's like no fence is as big as a tree. It's come on now. So yeah,
I'd like
True.
to see that fence.
I'll see photos. I'll do it in a couple months here. So let me no, I don't want to share the screen. Come on. You guys talk about how your weekend's been, and I'm going to drop the link. So,
I'm glad this doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's still funny.
so yes, I don't have the greatest setup. So you guys go, and I'm going to drop the link. And when I give you the thumbs up, that means patrons
Okay.
have the link. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Kirkland, what have you been
Dylan
up to? How's your weekend?
It's been good. I went to the local hockey team had their season opener last night. So I went there with my mom. My cousin was there, my grandma. So it was like a family venture, and it was fun. I feel like I haven't been to a hockey game in a little while there. So they ended up winning, which was amazing because they were
Nice.
playing against usually the number one team, Penticton V's. They normally just kick our ass every year, but we beat them 5-3, and it was an exciting game. It was lots of fun.
Nice.
Definitely reminded me of okay, summer's definitely over. If we're getting ready for these winter sports, it's not even preseason for the winter sports. They're in full swing on the regular season, and I guess the first, or rather, the last day of summer was Thursday or something. That completely just flew under the radar for me. I thought it was still
Like
coming
this
up the
last
last day.
Thursday?
Yeah, apparently, the 21st. Someone at work was telling me that was the last day of summer. Unless you know different. Maybe I should just Google it.
No, I mean,
Last day of summer.
I was just talking to my brother-in-law because I was like, oh, we want to come over and swim in your pool, and he's like, oh, it's only open in the summer. It's closed now. I'm like, it's still so hot outside.
Yeah.
Why is that closed so soon? That feels a bit early. A little jump the gun on that. So unfortunately, I can't get my swim on over there.
Yeah, that's
today's
that's
the
same
first
with
day of
us.
autumn, isn't it?
Today. Okay.
Yeah, isn't it
Yeah,
today?
it
the first
says it
day of
occurs
autumn?
every year between September 21st and 24th, which I didn't know it had like a range like that. But
Patron
yeah, there
set
you
the
go.
link as well.
We're in
so
autumn
I'm
now.
dropping in and out.
You sounded better there. But yeah, no, it was a good Friday. Today just did a bunch of like housework and house cleaning and stuff like that, and we got like all new furniture. Well, not all new. We got 3 new furniture items, which came in very large cardboard boxes with like an insane amount of styrofoam. So I had to like just load up my Jeep with like styrofoam, take that to the dump, come back, and then like start taking the cardboard. It was a lot of just. I'm so done with styrofoam and cardboard. I don't want to see it anymore, especially after like my move. It's just I feel like I get it out of my house and then we get new cardboard in. It's frustrating.
What are these new furniture pieces that you acquired?
We got a new TV stand, which is really,
Okay.
really nice. Shay picked out all the furniture, so I trusted her pick on that. But yeah, it looks really good. And then we also got a new coffee table, which is like it just is a lot more functional. Our old coffee table was just like this little small circle thing from IKEA, which was like great. We could like store some blankets in there if we wanted to, but
Ours is
now-
oval shaped, which I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
loved, but it's like a good size. So
Yeah.
it feels like, should we get a new one and get rid of this? Feels a bit
Our-
wasteful because it gets the job done.
Our new one is like more oval than the
really?
last one. I like it's a lot longer than you'd think, like a normal oval. Like how long would yours be? Your little oval coffee table.
Oh, I'm talking 6 feet.
So okay, maybe that's longer than ours. So
Well,
there you go.
Yeah, 5, 6 feet. I don't know.
That's not 6 feet, man. Come on.
Let's see. I have a tape measure right here.
Okay,
Let's
there
see.
you go.
Okay, 5. I'm gonna say 6 feet or so.
Damn. Okay.
Based off
Nice.
this, holding this in my hand, I'd say it's about that long.
Ours is
Yeah,
probably
6
like
feet.
4 to 5 feet, I would imagine. So
Oh.
it's much smaller,
Okay.
but it's it just fits the area really nice. And then we got this nice little shelf that Shay put her plants on there, and it's got a couple little cupboards in it for like board games and such. So
Nice.
yeah, the living room's just really feeling like complete now, which is really nice. This
Sorry,
room's
TV
like the
stand,
last one.
coffee table. What was the third thing?
TV stand, coffee table, and then I don't know what you would call it. It's like a shelf sort of thing. It's not a bookshelf, but like in that same family. It's got a couple cupboards in it for that we put in some board games. But I don't know the name of it, but it's a furniture piece. But
Nice.
yeah, it's nice.
Cool. Must feel good to get all settled. Do you have like more rounds of furniture stuff you need to do to fill out your new place, or is that
yeah,
kinda it for now?
I want to get a new bookshelf for this room, just because I have a bunch of books and stuff just sitting right here, not in camera view, so that I just want to have a home for them. So I've been scrolling through the Facebook Marketplace and Kijijis and all that stuff, and nothing really just popped out at me. I've seen a couple interesting ones that I've just asked about, and then it's like, oh yeah, no, that's already sold. Okay, whatever. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm not gonna be sad over that, but yeah, I'll get it eventually, and then it'll really just piece this room together, because it's still looking pretty temporary right now. I just got the posters like leaning where they are. Threw on some little string lights to give it a little more pizzazz.
Little oomph. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What about you
He's
though?
back.
Oh, he's back.
How am I sounding? Sound better?
You are sounding better. You're looking better. I mean,
Dylan doesn't look too confident though. Is there still some crackle going
I heard
on?
a crackler too. It sounds better.
Oh, no.
I agree with
Okay.
Kirkland's statement, but
Okay.
I feel like you just got to stop swinging it around. That's what I feel like.
I
it is.
didn't, look at. I'm trying my best not to move. As I said before, I don't have the stand. It usually just sits there, and yeah, I'm trying to find my best way to like constrict the cord from not. Hang on, let me do this one more time. Like just because I want to constrict it, but also not get it pulled out. You know, so
Is the microphone and your shirt the same color? They
yes,
both look like
no.
purple.
They do. It's the lighting, but it's not. This is the Geek First. They're just both black. So there's something about this that
Oh, wow.
Weird.
yeah, because so I'm using the GV laptop because I usually try not to use that for cast, but I don't have that Mac one wasn't working with the setup because I think of that thing. I've been editing on it, so that's why the camera on we have as a Dell. It's just awful. Like look at this thing. Like this looks like who does this remind you of?
That's
That was Kirkland's webcam for 8 years. No, for a year. So
8 years. Okay.
yeah, I know. But
Tired of
no,
Geek First.
I think it just changes the black, and then I got this thing up there. But
I was gonna ask what that was. I thought it was like
I
a
don't
full
know.
circle thing, and then as soon as you revealed it, it's just a little.
the window's open, so hopefully
looks
they're
like
not
a-
out there. But it's been
Like if you wrapped it around your waist, that's a loincloth right there.
true. Yeah, it's a nice location. I was talking about this with Kirkland last night because we were talking about getting Olivia Rodrigo tickets. That didn't happen, but the people upstairs, we were talking about how it's warm. They like their heat. They like their warmth. So it's been. There's no AC stuff down here. I've been having the windows open. Luckily it rained here, so that helped. But it's just been like a lot warmer than I need at this point of the year. If you hear anything, I think the laundry room's above me, so if you hear something, that could be it. At first, Emily thought people were getting it on. I'm like, it's only 6 p.m. Like and they got kids.
Is that
so-
audio clip you played for me the last time?
yeah, exactly. So that, and then what I'm looking at, actually, I'll try to move it. There might be some crackle, but hang on. So over there,
Ooh, little tour.
you see where the plant is?
Yep.
Okay, so yesterday Gwen was making a fort, and there's the bed, so she has a little solo bed there. She has a solo bed, and then that thing, so she was making a fort. So she put the blanket on the bed, and then the blanket over the flower pot was moved over that cabinet. So Ellie had no idea, because usually at home when there's those things, usually there's like blankets underneath them, so they're jumping off the couch, everything like that. She had no idea. I'm resting here, and I just look over, and I see her just dive to splash. She goes face first into that drawer thing, like hit both so she has a big black eye right now. She's
Oh,
like
no.
swollen. Her birthday's tomorrow, so all the photos gonna look great. But you should have saw, and there's no pillows under there either. It was just a blanket for it, and that was it. So she just went for it, and I heard and then to top it all off, the plant fell. Didn't hit her, but it was very close. But it was, of course, I felt bad, but at the same time, I got a good laugh because she just like you know what that's like, right? Like imagine if you're diving into a pool. I think it's kind of like if you're diving in water, you think it's gonna be cold or something like that, where you think something's going to be there, and it's not. Like at least if you dove and know, hey, it's gonna be hard, you prep yourself. But she dove fully in. I'm gonna be caught by pillows mode, and it didn't
No
happen.
self-preservation with that move. That was
She
No.
dove like Kurt
wrestling
Angle.
maneuver.
Yeah, she dove like per Kurt, So it's so that's been the only injury, but so far it's been good. I'm hoping Monday. I'm hoping the city's gonna come take a look so we can get. It's more just like a pain. It's a fine place. I like it. It's just like we had to pack up. It was Friday night, and we packed up at like 8 p.m. So the kids are tired, they're cranky, and everything. But I'm hoping. Yeah, it's just been. I haven't really done much. It's been one of those like. Luckily, there's new movies, but usually we like to do things, and it's just been like, well, we have to go back and forth and everything. So it's not. It's a whole first world thing. It could have been a lot worse. It sounds like it's all fixed now, but it's just. Yeah, I'm ready to be back in my own home. Ready to have my own Wi-Fi too, because it's like it's rocking like if there's like the 4 bars, or I think it's 5, it's like the 3 out of 5. That's where it's like if I'm a little iffy, it's like like podcast editing was rough a couple nights ago, and I had to do Marvel Alliance. It's like this, so
Yikes.
I
It's
see
not
we have a
bad.
couple guests here.
we
waiting in the
do
wings.
here.
Couple little
fellow
heads popping in.
Canadian and Maddie.
Heyo.
Boys in.
If I can hit
Whoa.
the.
One at a time. That's the new
We're
format
all
for After
clicking
9.
it.
I'm gonna let you guys do it because my Wi-Fi. I think there's like the Wi-Fi here is like trying to get like the Taylor Swift tickets. It's like, but yes, fellow Canadian here, Maddie, and then Carl.
What's
Just
up,
Carl.
guys?
just Carl.
Ju-
just
Hello,
me.
Maddie.
Hello, Carl.
Nice to see you guys.
Nice
Good to see you as well.
Kirkland, I like the lighting, man, in the background.
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
I'm a sucker for like those kind of lights. Anywhere when there's like lighting like that, I love that kind of stuff. So
You flock to it like a moth.
yeah,
Get me over those lights.
Run
I
into the
love
lights.
it. It's a nice
I
vibe.
appreciate
you
it.
know? Yeah, it's a nice vibe. It's cool.
It's definitely
So,
temporary right now. It's not like it's like nothing is pinning it right now other than just like floating on those posters. So
Oh,
if there's any
okay.
like tremor in this room, everything's
Yeah.
coming down. The posters, the lights, everything.
So if Marco comes whizzing by, it's over for your
Oh,
setup
yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's
His
over.
tail, just snag it. And,
Like he's sleeping
Yeah.
right now, so we're lucky.
Yeah. Are those just the pure just white? Do they change color or just the pure white?
No, they're just pure white. They can like
Okay.
flicker. I think you can kind of
Oh.
set them to the audio. So like if they hear a clap, they'll like kind of flicker that way. But
So would it do to your
I-
voice?
Yeah, if I talk loud enough.
Yeah,
I don't know.
don't do
I
that.
think you need like a certain pitch. Oh yeah, I'd turn it off. I think I
It
had it
never
on like
looks
the first
good.
day, and it's
Yeah.
just like give me an aneurysm. I did not
Yeah.
want it.
I remember when I had my lights that had that like switch between colors, like, oh, that's cool. But when you do it, it's like, no, this just looks like a bad strobe. Like people would get sick, or just it doesn't look good, like the flashing lights on camera for
Yeah.
a long extended time. So
It's too much. Save that for a rave or something in the nightclub.
exactly when we do our rave after 9, we can't wait. It's gonna be we're all gonna drop them
It'll be looking like Carl right now.
Oh yeah.
that he just do that to keep him up, though.
How you
How's it
feeling,
going?
Carl?
Yeah.
I've actually got low blood sugar right now, so I'm a bit shaky. Well,
A
Ooh.
bit shaggy.
yeah. I woke up. I forgot about the podcast. Woke up to come down to get some snacks to bring the sugar up. I was like, I got the email. I was like, oh shit.
Oh my god, perfect
So
timing.
you,
So,
so you
yeah,
didn't
worked
eat
out well.
snacks? You just came on here
Yeah,
instead?
had a load of chocolate bars.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
Wait, did he say shaky or shaggy? Because I
I
thought
heard
you said
shaggy.
Oh, shaky.
Yeah.
yeah. Because Manny said shaggy. I'm like,
He said,
I
"Yeah."
mean,
It's like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I'm shaggy."
low
I'm a
blood
shag
sugar,
machine
and
as
Carl
well.
just gets super horny. He's like, oh, never mind chocolate and
I didn't
treats.
even doubt anything. I was like, I just went with it. I was like,
You just know how I roll, Matty. It's
yeah,
okay.
That's it. I didn't doubt it at all.
That's his pickup line. Please, I have low blood sugar. Please come
Yeah.
back home with me.
Give me the kiss of
Anybody.
life.
It's like oh god, what's the
Give me your
Sandlot
sugar,
crew?
mama.
Remember Sandlot Crew? That kid, he has a crush on the girl. The whole has anyone seen
It's
Sandlot
one of
Crew? Or
my-
am I alone?
The Sandlot
it?
Kids. But yeah, it's
know.
one of my
Sandlot
favorite
Kids, okay.
scenes. Yeah.
Actually,
What's
no,
the
in Canada
scene?
it's the Crew, Carl. It's the Crew. That's what it's called here. No, I'm joking. He believed me for a
You're
second.
calling it the
see?
Sandlot Crew?
Yeah.
No, it's
I've seen the Sandlot.
I know I'm wrong. I know. I already admitted I was
Okay.
wrong, Kirkland. You got to throw
Well,
me on
you said
blast?
crew,
Wait,
you
my
said
father?
kids. It's like Sandlot
no,
team.
I think
I was
it
like, what
was
are we talking
originally
about?
called over here. It was definitely called the Sandlot Kids, but in America
said
it's just
kids,
the Sandlot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so
I've
there's
seen
this
Sandlot.
there's this guy. I think he's like the chubbier kid who, of course, has this like crush on like the mega babe who's like the lifeguard. So I think and I haven't seen her in a while, but he tries like multiple times to talk to her and nothing works. So he pretends to drown. Questionable scene now because he pretends to drown and then she gives him life to life. Fuck.
Yeah, you,
Kiss of life.
Kiss of life. She
Life
gives
to
him
life.
mouth to mouth, and when she's giving him mouth to mouth, he like grabs her and kisses her and stuff, and that's his way.
That's fucked
They'll-
up.
Yeah.
It is fucked up. They end up married in the story, so
Oh
like, I
my
guess
God.
it's all right. But yeah, nowadays it doesn't pass the smell test. But that's
plus, if I
Carl's
tried that, I would have got the fat lifeguard jumping in and kissing me, the big fat guy.
the big
So,
dude. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got you, Richie.
I've got you.
Looking like Chris Farley. But what you been up to this weekend, Carl?
Taking it easy. I had a long weekend the other weekend, so nice and chilled.
What was the holiday you guys were celebrating?
My birthday.
Okay. Oh, so the whole
National
your whole
holiday.
National
country?
holiday. Yeah, oh
The
yeah,
whole country
everybody.
takes it up?
The whole country was out in force.
Damn, that's amazing.
Oh, I wish I had that. Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
happy birthday,
happy
man.
belated
Cheers,
birthday.
cheers. Yeah, I did the Comic Con, and then the Monday afterwards got sick on my actual birthday.
Mm,
I
That
was
makes
sick
a lot of
all week,
sense,
so
actually.
yeah, everybody must have been sick. I think a few people now have commented saying they were sick the whole week.
That was cool,
So-
man. How did it go? I saw the pictures. It
Oh
looked
my god,
awesome.
man, it's not.
The timing,
that-
because I know you asked about the Comic Con, but he's like, "Oh, everyone said they're sick," and Matt's like, "Oh, that's cool."
The obvious COVID
cool,
outbreak.
man.
How was it?
Yeah,
Uh,
I love getting sick.
It was the most surreal experience of my life. Like at one point in the Saturday night, I was doing shots with Michael Rooker, and we're sitting drinking. I'm like,
Jeez.
how's this happening?
Yeah.
I got a kiss from my childhood crush.
Ooh.
So I
The
told
lifeguard, the male
who's
lifeguard.
So Christy Swanson from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie,
Nice.
Oh.
the OG. So I was sitting chatting with friends, like, yeah, you're my biggest crush since I was a teenager. And she says, "Oh, Carl, you're so cute." She gave me a kiss. I was like, "Yes, life is complete."
Nice.
So, but
so
yeah,
allegedly, that's what she said.
yeah.
Yeah.
According to Carl.
I'm not a lifeguard.
But I was on the cheek, nothing fancy, but here,
That's
I'll take
awesome.
Oh, still.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
win's a win, you know. And what, you got
So-
the gig because all your like doing your photography and stuff like that?
it. Well, yeah, last year I went and I did a video with my son, and I just posted it online. They loved it and asked me to come on board this year, and I filmed
Nice.
the whole event, so
Nice.
it was
That's awesome.
great.
That's
yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah.
like really random, like in a good way that you just posted that, and then because they could just went, oh, cool, and then moved on. But clearly that was last year, and they like bookmarked it or remembered it, and they
Yeah,
enjoyed
so
it,
yeah, they emailed me and asked me for my footage for last year. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And they said, would you be interested in coming on board next year and doing the whole event? It's like, yeah, great. So
Yeah. And that's also a
Cool,
good
man.
sign because it's always same thing with your camera. You always got a good camera, so whatever you're shooting too looks good. So good
yeah,
on you, sir.
so- yeah, it was a weird weekend.
Sounds like a good weird weekend though. Sounds
Oh
like
yeah, like I was talking. No surprise me. You know, Elijah Wood was there and Sean Astin.
complete asshole.
No, they were really nice. They were really nice.
Oh, of course.
But the Vampire Diaries, the place went nuts for the two
Oh, yeah.
Paul and Ian. I was like, why? It's Elijah Wood and Sean Astin sitting here, and they had like
different
their own
era
wee
though,
private-
right?
Yeah, they had their own wee private area that like was queued out the door. The very last, they were on the last panel, and people had to put barriers up to keep
Oh, yeah.
everybody. I was like, what's going on? Sean Astin was on the stage. You know, I get it.
He's just the principal from Stranger Things now. You know, fighting
Yeah.
this generation,
Weird,
right?
yeah.
Like it's just that's the way it goes. Like my kids aren't gonna grow like. Oh, Lord of the Rings to them will be old movies when they watch them. That dad will be like, "Oh yeah, we should watch these," and hopefully they like them. But it's not like us that, like, obviously you're like he did other things like Goonies and stuff. But for me, it was Lord of the Rings and but Vampire Diaries. It's one like horny hot teens at the time, and two, it's just that it was like I don't know that show had only ended a few years ago, I think, right? I can't remember how,
It's
but
just it was bizarre.
yeah.
But my son, he only knew Sean Astin from the Turtles. I didn't realize he did the
Oh, okay.
Turtles.
From Turtles. So
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I
He
think
voiced
it's
him in one of the
Nickelodeon. Yeah.
shows, yeah.
Oh,
So I was like, oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it was still cool.
Carl's in the crowd in the Vampire Diaries. Like, get over to Elijah and Sean Astin. They're right there.
This panel sucks.
That's the actor from The Good Son. You know that movie?
But Michael Rooker, that guy was just a wild card. That just and Sean Gunn was there as well.
Oh,
He was
really?
pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
sick, man.
So
You
they
try
were
to angle
pretty
for a
nice.
role in Superman Legacy? You give him your
I
card?
was like trying not to overstep, so I didn't really
Yeah.
speak to too many.
Yeah, you're like,
I
"Do you
got-
need
I
a
got to meet everyone."
cinematographer? I got you covered.
Yeah. do you need a hand there? But like and then Saturday night I went out with some of the cast and crew, and they all went out for drinks. And I was like, but Rooker, he was the first one in. He was buying everybody shots.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
Yeah. But even in his panel, he just like takes off, and my knee was killing me the next day because I had to film the whole day, and then we're out that night. But on his, he was just out for like an hour, just chatting to everybody. And most other guests when I had the panel, people come up, a few questions, that's it, done. No, he just kept going round the whole crowd, getting into the middle of people, asking them just random questions. So yeah, it was great to be part of.
So you had that last weekend, and then this weekend was your birthday.
Yeah, sorry, 2 weeks ago that was. So last
Okay.
weekend was my birthday. Yeah.
Okay. Nice, man.
And then this weekend it's just like no more alcohol. I go to Portugal in a
Yeah.
week for a holiday. I'm taking it
Nice.
nice and chill.
How long are you there for?
A week, yeah.
Nice. That's
So
awesome.
my friend recently split up with his wife, so I bought us all a holiday to go away and
Nice.
let's go party. Yeah.
I was hesitant to say nice, but
You
Yeah.
can finally make your move.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you're helping him. You're
I've-
helping him heal a bit. You know.
Yeah, I was like, I've been waiting for you a long time, big man. Come on.
jump in the pool.
You said your knee hurt. Did you have to knee the whole time while you're filming this stuff?
No, it was just I think when I looked at my watch, I think I'd done something like 25,000 steps, and then that
Okay.
doesn't count all the time you're actually standing around just waiting. So it was a long
That's
day.
fair. I was gonna say like that's a brutal rule. Like you can't sit on a chair or anything while you film. You have to be like just some dude on his knees.
That's for the stars. The stars. They're the only ones that get the chairs.
Can't take a lunch break. You'll miss a good moment.
Yeah, that was it.
The whole day and night.
Yeah, well, that's cool, man. Like, congrats.
That
on
is
Sounds
cool.
like that's fun. That stuff like I'm not. I don't even know if you got paid or anything, but just like even if you didn't, like that sounds like just experience.
Yeah,
wise,
so
just
I
worth
just
it.
I sent them over all the footage, but I'm just going to do my own edit as well. So
Yeah.
I'll throw it into the Discord once it's ready.
Nice.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
excited to see
cool.
that.
And we're joined by Mr. S. Bubs, I suppose you,
He's got like the Latin America filter on right now.
you got like a saw filter
So
actually. You
those-
got, like-
these walls, like, they are actually green, so I think it's just like reflecting off of
you
it.
look like John Kramer who's about to get like brain surgery right now. Because every
The
Saw movie,
immersive
other
Saw
than
experience.
yeah, other than Saw and Jigsaw, every movie is just like green for no reason. They will be outside, and Donnie Wahlberg is like pitch green. You're like, and obviously it's a choice, but it's like, what's going on here? Except the first one, they made blue because of the bathroom. But there's so much green in that movie. That's what you look like. You look like Billy's about to roll up and ask you to play a game right now.
They do get just like more and more green too. But like Saw 3, it's just
Yeah.
like it is just like complete. The only colors are like green and black. There's like
Tobin's
it's so
Bell's
extreme,
skin
it's
is
so
green.
funny.
It's so weird because I watched this movie. It's just like I don't know why. Like I always known it was, but there's just a certain shot where he was laying there. It's just there's no natural skin color at all going on, and it's not even like the rooms have green lights. They're regular like OR room lights, but they are just like
just filtered. Yeah,
we
the
love
one I
green.
remember most is that like the angel trap. It's so green.
Oh my god, yeah. Like I don't know why, because it's when I watch like behind the scenes, they have lights. Like it's definitely a choice, but it feels like it's one of those choices where we didn't light it properly, so it's dark to make it have some pizzazz. Let's like let's make a choice to have some filter go way up. And no, it's just I'd love to see there must be some version of that movie without those filters and what they would look like. You know, like even Amanda, she's a red shirt in the third one, and it's like
Oh yeah.
it's not red, like it's trying to be, but yeah.
The third one too, especially all those shots in that hospital or whatever room they're in when he's on the bed, it just looks so. Just has
The
that
blood is
distinct
like
look.
almost green.
Oh, I know. Got green blood, you got pink blood, but yeah, Saw Week, very exciting. Can't wait.
Yes,
It's
sir.
gonna,
Yes, sir.
it's gonna be a good.
You guys
time.
have tickets available? For some
Mhm.
reason, I only have the Thursday night available right now. It's very bizarre.
That's
Like
all I
opening
think
night?
we have. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's the only one that's showing for some reason.
Yeah, usually it'll have like the dates afterwards, but it's,
One night only,
Yeah,
Saw
I'm gonna have to ditch the creator and go. I forgot they were coming out the same day. Also, I would have
Yeah.
bought my Saw tickets because I kept checking they weren't available, and I saw creator there, so I bought it, and then I realized like a few days after that it was the same day. If not, I'll probably do Saw on Friday at this point.
Yeah.
Go back
Yeah,
to
it'll probably
back.
pop up at some
Yeah.
point.
Kind of know how Saw ends, you know. Like
Yeah, it's true. But it'd be cool, you know, because I feel like those first few nights there's gonna be like the Saw fans that are
Chatter,
there, you
yeah.
know. So yeah, I wanna be
forums
there
will
with
be
that
alive.
crowd.
Yeah,
no, they got
IMDb
closed down, Dylan. I
forums.
checked because remember for Jigsaw, I joined SawFreaks.com,
Mm-hmm.
and I went there a couple months ago, and yeah, they've went over to a Reddit, but there was just somebody complaining. They're like, at first we had IMDb, and then Saw Freaks are just like our following's just like dwindling away because we can't keep up with people because they don't know. So they're just like, yeah, I guess we got to just speak on Reddit now and stuff. So I haven't checked in a little bit. I am curious with this this one because with Jigsaw and Spiral we had like, oh, is this a copycat, who's doing it? But with Saw 2 I'm just very interested like Saw 10, which is going to be Saw 2, like how many twists there can really be when we know everything. I'm just excited just to see the performances, but I'm curious to see how they pull it off, like at the end when they do their whole like that whole montage of all the twists you didn't see coming. It's like, okay, what could we have not seen coming this time? You know, like we've seen the 6 sequels after this, but that gets me excited because maybe that could be like make some versatile. And this rumor going around that there's a post-credit scene too. Is like, why is there a post-credit scene? So I don't know.
My theory is that the twist montage thing will go like it won't end with something that happened in the past. It'll be something like setting like they'll flash forward, like show stuff from the movie, like something will happen and that'll be like, this is how this happened in the future.
Yeah,
It'll
like
be
Kramer
a
will say,
reverse of it.
he'll say some sequence like the wheels are always moving, and they'll cut to some trap with a wheel. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what he was talking about. It's because sometimes
It'll
you
be like
see...
his plans for all of them. Like he'll have like a map of every single one or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's like when it's kind of the reverse. When the originals, they had Tobin Bell say some stuff, and then when they kind of retcon that like Amanda killed his baby, they like use those lines again. It's like you guys never had that plan at all, that Amanda was a part of this. But yeah, I'm excited. I don't know, like I said, with post credit what they can do. I'm begging for Dr. Gordon. I always am begging for Dr. Gordon, but I feel that's not happening this go around.
I feel like definitely in the bath. I mean, it's in the bathroom. The post.
It's in the bathroom. Yeah,
you just wonder at what point it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Is there a risk of the guy from Jigsaw coming back?
Logan. I hate that his name's Logan now that I have a child. named
I didn't even
Logan as well.
remember his name. It's a Reese.
Oh my god, yeah. Until you mentioned that guy had completely blanked from my.
Is there a
memory.
risk? Like in the timeline, I forget at what point he's with him. Is there a risk of
He's
him being
at the
there?
very beginning. He made
Oh,
the bear
God.
trap that Amanda went in. It's
Oh
so
my
annoying. I
God.
hate that so
Yeah,
much.
I just erased that. Honestly, I don't really. I don't hold on to that.
Yeah, because he made the bear trap, and then I think he like went to war, and then he came back and was like still a
That's
jigsaw.
stupid.
When he had like laser weapons.
Yeah, he learned a lot in the Afghan war. Man, God, he found the weapons of mass destruction and he used them for jigsaw traps. Like that's where, because remember he's a vet. That's the whole thing. Oh, he's a vet, and they think he like sometimes they bring up that he might have PTSD or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I don't think Logan's gonna be around. It'll be interesting. Like they could.
I think they
Bring
could
him in
show
there,
him if they're doing that where they show like everything. They'll get
They
a shot
could.
of them in one of those flashes.
Well, that's what's so curious because there's so much like people have talked about with Spiral. We really don't know how it would have done because it came out in COVID. But there's some people bring quotes up of one of the writers directors saying like, "Oh, we envision we could do Spiral and then Saw 9 because they could be their own separate things." But then they completely discredit that and they're just doing Saw 10. So they're saying Spiral is a part of it. So I'm really
Yeah.
curious, like you said, if they flash forward, do they show Jigsaw and Spiral? Because they feel like the fans kind of put like, even if you like them, not the fans, like put them in their own separate box. Like they're not like, it's like the Arkham games where there's the Arkham trilogy and there's Origins, and no one ever includes Origins in the Game Pass deals. So I'm curious, like, do we see Chris Rock and on these fast forwards? I
Chris
don't
Rock
think
coming
so.
to save Hoffman in the bathroom.
Oh,
That's his
yeah,
first
yeah.
Credit.
They were cop together back in the day and stuff, you know. Well, and that's what's curious because they say like if there's the
Mike's switching
bathroom.
out there, my dude.
Oh, is it? If there's the bathroom, I really don't know what else is going on in there because we only saw two bodies, so that's I guess about it. But I'm excited. I'm excited to have Tobin and Amanda back. So
I honestly feel like they just went for X because they thought it would sound nice and it would
Yes.
be good for marketing, and they
Yeah.
envisioned the posters that they're doing with all that stuff. That's probably the reason above anything else that they decided to go for it. Who knows if they'll get a chance to make another one and do 10 again.
I
at
think
some
this will
point,
do
so I think they
well.
just
Like
went
I
for
feel
it.
like the market, like the hype is there. I feel.
Do we know the budget? Do you guys know what the budget was?
probably 40 or under. They always were 40 and under.
Okay.
That's how always they made. Well, except for the first one. I think the first one was like real shoestring sort of deal, but that's what they
Yeah.
always capped the Saw franchise at, was 40. And they would usually, that's why the movie would come out and then Monday morning they'd be like Saw 4, Saw 5 because it always made its money back. But the only one that was iffy was Saw 7 because Saw 6 didn't do that well because Paranormal Activity came out and did really well, and that kind of hurt Saw. And that's where there was supposed to be a Saw 8, but then they put Saw 8 and 7 together because 6 they're like, when it didn't clear its budget the first weekend, they're like, okay, it's dead. But somehow we've gotten the final chapter and then 2 more and then Saw 10.
It's
So
pretty crazy how much has happened just in the podcast era in
Yeah.
terms of the Saw stuff. It's insane.
and they're still making that TV show, they say, apparently. Like I don't know, but originally the TV show was supposed to, I think, focus. I think it was supposed to be more a spin-off of Spiral than it was of Saw. So I don't know if we would get the Chris Rock.
I didn't
When
know
when
it
was
a
that?
TV
Like when
show.
was the last time we heard murmurs of that? Was that back when Spiral was still?
No, it was last year. So it was a little after
Okay.
Spiral because it was that. And then we are like, oh, I guess we're getting that. And then they announced, oh, we're also doing this movie with Tobin Bell, which again is like very random, but I'll take it because I don't know, again, not to be morbid, I don't know how much longer he'll be around. So I'll take another, John Kramer performance and stuff. And, I love that this movie's taking place like 20 years ago and there's no, like they're not doing any de-aging. Like they look old. They look so much
Throw the Dexter
older.
wig on there, the backwards hat.
Have you seen what Amanda looks like in these images, Dylan?
I probably have seen a little bit, but I haven't really paid too much attention, to be honest.
She's got a Dexter wig situation
That's
going on.
amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So. Like, yeah, who knows? I'm the same Maddie that Crater. We only got because I'm trying to sneak in because I got a trip next weekend. I want to try and sneak in Friday to see the Crater during the day, but we haven't got showings yet. But I really don't know because this weekend was the lowest box office weekend since Super Bowl, because what was it? Expendables 4 is not doing good, and none didn't hold well. So something could do well next week. But you got this Paw Patrol and the Creator. I think there's a chance Paw Patrol could actually like be number one, but I'd love it if Saw could one more time like win the weekend. You know, it'd be nice, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know what the interest of Saw is anymore. I say that all the time. I don't know.
I was
if
looking. There
people-
was some pre-sale data already. I think they were saying like minimum is looking like 30 million opening
Okay.
weekend, and they're
That's
saying
not
like if it goes like it's there's like 30, 50 at the very most. But it was also from like so they're saying like the tracking for hasn't been like that accurate either. So,
Mhm.
but it's like probably over 30.
Yeah, okay. The highest ever I think was Saw 3 with like 60 or something. Saw 3 was big. Saw 3 they made a lot of money, and that's when they just started pumping these movies out big time. Because that was like the literal like minor spoilers, but like they killed Jigsaw, and then Monday morning like, hey, we're doing number 4. It's like, well, I thought this was, and there was kind of rumblings like Saw 3 was going to be the last one, and then when it blew up, they're like, nah, we're gonna do
Make it
some
work.
more here. Yeah, we're gonna find a way, and they did. Right, here we are, 7 movies later, and Tobin Bell's still here playing games, so
Carl, you gonna go see Saw?
I might. Yeah, why not? I don't know if
Really?
I've seen Spiral. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, why not?
didn't that wasn't a full committal there, but
I was
Do you have
actually
any
at the cinema tonight. Yeah, I enjoyed the Saw films. Like they're just the first one obviously was amazing, and then I can't really. They all sort of blurred into one afterwards.
Yeah, I feel
To
that.
be honest,
actually.
yeah.
So guys, what is John Kramer's? One of you could answer this for sure. What's his like real occupation? Because I know they say he's a mechanic, but then I feel like or something like that. But then in Saw 6, the guy's
He's an-
talking that he's all of a sudden he's like he studies people and stuff like that.
I know he was an engineer. I know
Engineer,
for a fact.
sorry, yeah, engineer. That's what I meant, not mechanic. Sorry.
They
okay.
also kind of insinuate that he was like a philanthropist because he helped Jill open up that clinic, and when he is getting the treatment, they're like, "Oh, that's gonna cost you like a bunch of money." He's like, "I don't care about money. I have money."
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
they
It's
insinuate
like a
he's
Tommy
well
Wiseau
off.
situation. Like no one
Yeah.
knows where he came from or where he got his money or how old he is. Like,
But
Yeah.
Travis, in that same movie, the guy that the main character of Saw 6, when they have
William.
that combo at the party, yeah, doesn't he mention like, oh, like you do something similar for your work, like he studies people?
Yeah,
or
the human
something?
mind. I think
Like,
he was
where,
just.
where
I
did
think,
that come?
I think they were just talking about because I think he's just talking about the clinic and the success rate people have, and then he's like, "Oh, it's kind of like your system there," and then he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we look at people and how old they are and young they are," and then he's like, "And then you
Yeah.
choose who lives or dies." Is that correct? He's like, well, not necessarily, and then and then Williams is a piece of shit, but I think that's why it's just the clinic.
Okay,
I think,
okay.
and again, you got to remember Saw 1 to 3 and 4 to 6. Kramer shifts because in Saw 1 to 3 they just pose him as a normal guy who found out he had
Yeah.
cancer, who was maybe like had an engineer background, who decided to kill himself, and then it didn't work, and he's like, I'm gonna test human emotions. Where 4 to 6, all the flashbacks, he's just like, do you value your life? And that's even before he's the
Yeah,
Jigsaw guy. And
yeah.
you're like, he was, everyone said he was like a normal guy, but apparently his whole, like, because Jill's like, yeah, and I got pregnant and it was planned down to the very second. It's like, what? Like, why is Kramer planning, like, they try to make him so
Yeah.
sinister after. So
And it's
again,
like
that
the-
wasn't. Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's like the Fast and Furious logic where people just get skills stuff like off screen,
Yes.
and they flash back and they just
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
built them up every movie.
And remember, Wan and Lee Winnell, like obviously they wrote the screenplay, and James Wan directed the first one, and then they wrote the stories for 2 and 3, but then they are out after 3. So I think that's why, is I feel like 1 to 3 have a bit more of a cohesive story of John Kramer and everything. And again, I still think that's the theory of why they killed him, because they're like, well, we're not going to be writing anymore, so we don't want people to use John Kramer. And well, they figured that one out. But,
Yeah.
and then after it was Berg, Knowles, and Hoffman was a guy who after he was a producer, but after 3 he passed away, and that's why Mark Hoffman's named after one of the producers, because he like passed away mid-production. No, like Saw Trapper, just like natural causes, like no set industry.
accident on set with the trap.
Yeah.
he was
No,
like, guys, we really need to test the limit of human emotions.
Get out there,
Like,
Hoffman,
I'll sacrifice
in the
myself.
rack.
Just name a character after me. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I think after that, there's a guy who, again, I don't know why, Josh Stolberg, and there's another guy. He followed us on Twitter when we were doing the first Saw retrospective. Never responded to anything. He still follows us. I even said, like, oh, I'll have you on the show. This was after this. Then I saw Jigsaw, and I was like, oh, I don't know. But he wrote Jigsaw Spiral, and he did write Saw 10, but he still follows us. So I don't know. Maybe he's just happy that people are talking about Saw and everything. So
Yeah.
there's a
But how
new-
many
there's
people does he follow? You know, that's
I'll
the
find out.
question.
Just
If it's
one.
like
Holy shit.
20,000, then well, I mean,
Yeah.
we're
That's
just
true. Like,
dropping the
peop-
bucket.
You're 100% right because people say it all the time about John Cena. They get excited, but John Cena will just follow anyone random.
If you
but-
like I think it's like if you retweet like 3 of his posts and like follow, he like follows you. It must
Oh,
be
is
like an
that?
automatic thing or something.
It's like an algorithm.
Okay.
to-
So
to
he
follow.
follows 16.5 thousand people. So
Okay.
we're one of the 16,000
Not bad.
people. So yeah, he still
Yeah.
follows us now. You know, yeah.
Love that.
He wrote Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And sorry,
That's-
in the later films, do they also? I forget what they do because I know early on they mentioned the car accident as the turning point.
yes.
But then there's also the baby dying. That's before. That's before the car accident.
So it goes, baby dies, and then like
Okay.
they almost insinuate like a day later he finds out he has cancer, and then the next day he tries to kill. He had a wild 72 hours of like baby dies, tries to take his life, and then he finds out he's cancer, and then a few days later he's messing up
Fury's big
Cecil.
week.
Yeah, yeah,
They
John's
just
big
retcon
week.
everything to be in like 3 days.
Yeah, and then the rest is history, and
It's
now
like the
this
John Wick
one's
movies, right? We talked about that. How it's like all those
True.
movies take place over like a week or something crazy.
Man, I'd kill for a John Wick versus John Kramer movie. John Wick going through all those
Oh my
traps. I would kill.
That would
You
be
know,
pretty sweet, actually.
John Wick, he'll definitely cut his leg off. Like he will go through tons of pain to get to
Yeah.
Jigsaw.
Like, I'm not happy they're doing more John Wick stuff because I was happy with the ending of 4, but
Mhm.
that I would make an exception for that. I would like to see that story go down.
I am confident because I guess last week in an interview, one of the producers revealed that Keanu really wanted them to kill him off. So I kind of hope that he sticks to that. And I guess the deal was the producer's like, well, we want to leave like an opening just in case. So I kind of hope he sticks to his guns because if he doesn't come back, then there's no more John Wick proper. And I hope that's the case because I'm with you. To me, I think if they make a 5th, that just hurts my enjoyment a bit of like this is like a perfect bookend. It's not like the MCU where you got like, oh, this is a different Hugh Jackman Wolverine. It's like you can't say this is a different John Wick now. If they want to say in his past, like before he retired, he faced off against Jigsaw, I'd be down. And maybe that's how they do it. They might do it like Saw 10. Like, Dylan, would you enjoy it less if they did a John Wick 5, but they said it was like Saw, where it's like, oh, but this happens before the John Wick movies? Would you be fine with that?
I would be, but it is tricky with that just because of the fact that all those movies take place like so close after one another that you have to make it a prequel, and I don't know if I'm as interested in that.
Yeah.
Plus, they technically like the John Wick Hex game, like that is a prequel to the movies as well. So I wonder if they'd factor or think about that at all when they do that. But
I mean,
I would
Keanu
definitely be
is
less
in
interested.
the
That'd be a better
in
solution for me.
The ballerina one, like he's in it.
True. He is in Ballerina, so I guess it's good. But that could easily take place like they flashback. He could
Yeah,
have like the
a
ballerina
flashback,
trained her, or like when the little kid and stuff. So, or Ballerina could just take place at the same time as that. But yeah, I guess he's back, and I thought there was rumors he was gonna be in the show, but he wasn't. Has anyone checked out the Continental that
Yeah,
dropped this
that
week?
came out today or this week or something, right?
Friday it was. Yeah, yesterday.
I haven't seen
yeah.
like anyone talk about it like at all.
No.
I didn't even know it came out. Honestly, well, what's it playing on?
Is it Prime? I think.
Peacock.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
Prime. Yeah.
Peacock.
Okay.
Maybe Prime for you guys. Maybe Prime. I think
Yeah.
it might be Prime for us in Canada, and then Peacock for you guys in
Okay.
America. So you might have it. And I hear the first
Yeah.
episode's like 86 minutes, something like that.
No interest anyway.
Are they dropping one at a time?
Yeah, it's
No.
only 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is one at a time. I think like
Or sorry,
like
yeah.
3
3
weeks.
weeks.
One
Okay,
episode.
3 weeks. Okay.
I thought you said all the time. Yeah, 3 weeks, and they're all like mini movies, and yeah, I don't know. I was gonna check it out at some point. We decided not to review it, and then I was gonna still wait till binge. But then I've just either heard nothing, or what I do hear is like it's not great, and it didn't look great. So I don't know. Maybe I just feel like I'll wait for Ballerina, and I hope that's good. I hope that kind of scratches the itch, and if not, you got
Yeah.
but I hope I'd like to see Anna de Armas's like some kick-ass franchise and do really well and stuff. And which was strange. The producer was like, if you loved her character in No Time to Die, you're gonna love this movie. Which I like that character, but like that just feels odd to be like, well, we wrote her just like that. Like that feels kind of lazy. Like, oh, just do. But I don't know. I guess like that's kind of Ryan Reynolds' most career, right? It's like playing the similar guy and all this stuff. So if it's like what was her name? It was like Paloma.
Paloma,
Yeah,
Paloma,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, so sure.
Like you said, it's just the lazy thing, the lazy comparison to point to, you know.
Yeah,
The one the main action thing that's.
yeah.
I guess she did the one with Chris Evans, but
We don't talk about
Ghosted.
that.
yeah,
Ghosted.
yeah.
Yeah.
I watched like
Chris
15
Evans
minutes of
just
that
in an
movie.
interview like
and
today. He's like,
bailed.
"Yeah,
It's
my
so bad.
career, like, I'm not making bad movies anymore. Like, I don't make bad movies or something like that."
No, I think
Wait,
people, I think people
did
are
she say that
twisting the quote.
like post ghosted? She's not. That's
no,
a change, or
Evans.
does she
No,
not
Chris
think that
Evans.
ghosted?
Evans
I
was
didn't look at
saying
the
this.
exact
Okay.
quote, but it was something funny where it's like, "You just made this one like a month ago."
Okay, so I think the full quote is he said he was scared to take Captain America because he didn't want to make shitty movies, and then people have been like, "What about Ghosted? What about Gray Man?" I think he just meant
Okay,
as
yeah.
Captain America,
Yeah.
like
That was
shitty
definitely me
comic book
reading
movies.
just the title. Someone
Yeah.
putting like, "I
Oh,
don't." Yeah.
I've done that. I've pulled a Taylor before, but yeah, he's not been in the greatest stuff lately. But hey, he says he's gonna stop acting much soon, and everything. And yeah, Ghosted wasn't 13 minutes, Dylan. That's how far you got through.
Yeah, not very far at all. It was
Yeah.
just horrendous. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
The other one was
good.
Cocaine Bear. I watched like 15 minutes and I was like, this just
Oh,
not
yeah.
even
Cocaine
enjoyable.
Bear.
And bailed.
No.
Right now, my worst of the year is the Heart of Stone with Gal Gadot. Because Ghosted,
yeah.
at least it's Chris Evans and Anna de Armas, but Heart of Stone is just, it is so, like, it's bad because at the start, like, first, like, 5 minutes, I'm like, this can't be that bad. Like, this is pretty good. And then it's just nothing. Like, it's
What's the
so
cast
boring.
again? Who else is in it besides
her
Gal?
Jamie Dornan.
Yeah, Jane
From 50
Dornan, and then the guy, the German guy who's been in like the Army of the Dead universe, and he was like
Okay,
an
okay.
Oppenheimer
Oh,
for a
yeah.
second.
Is the
Yeah.
twist that Jamie ends up being the villain, or is he just the
That's
straight
not
good
even.
guy?
I will say he's the villain because that's not even a final twist. It's like it's revealed like it's like a massive twist, but it happens like 25 minutes in. It's like it's like a
Okay.
rip off mission. They rip off the first Mission Impossible. Like you have the team and they're all like
Oh.
friends, and they do like a
Yeah.
mission. The first mission goes really well. Then they do like a second mission, and they're like someone like sold them out. And then like they're like walking away, and Jamie Dornan like shoots the entire team. And he's like, "Oh, like I'm the
Oh,
villain."
man. I saw that on my just looking at it. I was just like,
And they rip off Mission Impossible like so much. Like
Mm.
all of the movie, they just take like they try to do like a best of Mission Impossible, and it's just like you're missing like what made the moments good.
did they tease a sequel too?
I didn't even finish it. Like I didn't watch the last set. Like I got to a point where like Jamie Dornan's like holding someone. He's like monologuing. It's like yeah, like, I'm done. Like
Oh,
I
man.
don't, apparently there's a sequel tease. I've heard that it ends
Oh,
with like
yeah, no
a sequel
kidding.
tease. I didn't even watch it until the end. I just turned it off.
Yeah, no, I only got 10 minutes into that movie, and then I was like, I'm gonna come back to this, and I never have. That was one I tried to watch Vacation Friends 2. I tried to give that a go. Me and
Ooh,
Emily still have
okay.
like 20 minutes. Yeah, it's not even the first one wasn't good, but this one had Steve Buscemi, so I was like, I'll give it a shot. John Cena's Steve Buscemi. It's like a fun
Yeah.
dynamic of like John Cena's playing his son-in-law, so he's like trying to like earn his respects. I'm like, there could be some fun there. Like I like these two, and oh man, it's not. It's even worse than the first, but I
Yeah.
might try to finish it. But and then we watched. Oh god, we watched the new Spy Kids today, and that fucking sucked, man.
I legally need to see it just to complete the filmography. I've
Oh
heard
my
nothing about it too.
god, it feels just soulless. It's just like Zachary Levi and whatever her name have no chemistry whatsoever. And like I'm not gonna say anything against the kids, just like even the kids the first time, I feel like there's something there where I think it's just these kids, the dynamic they're putting, because like half the movie is in this video game CGI world, and it's just
They did
And
that
then, like,
already.
what?
They did that already.
Yeah, they go
Oh,
in like
well,
that
they-
VR world.
Yeah,
remember, in,
they
like,
did
the
it
third one or
again.
something?
Yeah, they do it again.
It's Michael
Kirkland.
back.
Yeah. And they have the fucking guy from Aladdin who's the prince is like the villain, and it was not good. I have
The
that
Black
second.
Adam guy, Jafar from Black Adam.
Jafar from Black Adam
Is-
is the
Is it him? Or-
No.
Yeah.
It's a guy. Remember? Did anyone watch the real life?
Oh, I know,
Aladdin?
like the
Yeah.
prince
Blonde guy.
Oh,
yeah. He's like talented, but he's like Zac Efron, where his agent just has it out for him.
He's
and he
the
keeps
guy.
putting him on
He
the
was in,
worst shit ever.
What's the
The guy
game,
isn't
right?
wasn't he in No Time to Die?
He is in No Time to
Yeah.
Die.
That guy, the
Yeah.
blonde guy. Yeah,
Yeah, the
okay.
blonde guy.
He's the
yeah.
villain. Oh, this sounds brutal.
I don't even
Sounds
remember this
really
guy.
bad. This sounds
he's
bad. Yeah.
he's this next 5 years of that guy. Like I don't
Yeah.
even know his name. Someone get his name, but
I figured.
and he's not bad in Aladdin. He was, and at one point they announced like a spin-off Disney Plus show for his Aladdin character. And I was like,
Oh my God.
why are we
I
doing
thought
this?
they were
Like,
just like giving everyone a show.
yeah,
Billy
that's what-
Magnuson.
Billy
Billy Magnuson.
Madison.
Magnuson.
Oh, his name's Billy
That would be
Madison. Like,
sick.
no wonder no one can remember his name. They keep confusing him for the Adam Sandler movie. God.
Did
Oh,
you
this
see
guy.
that Adam Sandler's Daughters movie on Netflix?
I didn't know they were.
I saw.
acting,
Yeah,
huh?
they made like it's like a teen movie. It's his.
Oh, the Bar
daughters.
Mitzvah one.
Yeah,
Yeah, is it all right? I've heard.
I
all
like
right
that.
things
I
about
thought it was
Yeah.
fun. There's some fun like there's a like Sarah Sherman from SNL. I don't know, but she's in it. I thought she was a fun character.
Yeah, I got it on my Netflix list. I'll check it out. I'm on the Adam Sandler bandwagon again. For when dealing with some of the stuff that's changed, I hated Adam Sandler that era of like 2005, like 2015 to 2020 when he's doing all those fucking Netflix movies like The Outrageous Eight and Sandy Wexler. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like he was just phoning it in. But after Uncut Gems, I give him the benefit of the doubt. He's doing another Safdie brother movie. There's another movie in there, but he's like. I'm fine with him doing some shit comedies because I saw Murder Mystery this year. That was also awful. I think I have that on my bottom 5. That was
Is that the
was
sequel?
not
Like the
good.
second one?
Yeah, the second one, and this one's even
The
worse.
first one
but
not good?
I
no,
thought
never
you
seen
liked the
any.
first one somewhat, Travis.
okay. I could say I liked it, but is it good? That might be a different question. But I think it's like
Fair enough.
maybe also compared to his other Netflix stuff at that point, it was probably better. You know, like I liked Sandy Wexler. We had a good time when we watched it, Dylan. But that was more for like a so bad
Just
it's
for the
so
memes
good.
of it, the fucking raccoon scene.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's not my bottom. My bottom is Strays. I hated that fucking movie, man. That movie was awful. I felt bad because I saw something. I think that follows me in Letterboxd. It lists like, oh, I had a great time with it, and that was after I posted my review. Like, no, I get you could like Strays. Just the humor just felt like it was just 10-year-old kids who got the script to write this dog movie, and they're just like, it's just shit, fuck, sex joke, shit, fuck. Like
My
just like-
parents
and
liked it. My parents gave it a positive
Yeah.
review, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that fits. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised that you guys like that, but
It's hilarious.
they're like, you gotta watch it. You gotta see it. It's like, mom, like, come on, I don't have to see it. I've already seen it in the trailer. Like, I get it, but like an hour and a half of that or whatever the length
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I think if any of you smoke the reefer, great movie.
Well, there you go. That's my parents.
that.
That's my parents. So they
Yeah.
love it.
I legitimately think whether that, if you were drinking, if you had some sort of intoxication in the
I know someone who
bloodstream,
did go see it like that, and it's definitely not their worst movie of the year.
yeah, like I think you could enjoy it that way. But if you're stone cold sober on a Wednesday afternoon,
Stone cold sober.
no,
But even
man.
at that, like
It's not a
for
good
90
Wednesday
minutes,
afternoon movie.
I don't know.
no.
90 minutes of it, I feel like I'd get fed up
Yeah.
a bit too. You know.
I feel like that'd be a perfect like small skit, you know,
Yeah.
like just a like
Yes.
sketch comedy. Like, yeah, that works. That would gets my laugh for 10, 15 minutes,
It's like
whatever it
this
is.
feels like it's like an ad. Like this would be like
Yeah.
like Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx as these dogs, like in like a Super Bowl ad or something.
Super Bowl ad, yeah.
I guarantee that was the pitch, and then they're like, "But what if they swore and did drugs like that?"
What if
'cause,
it's
like,
90 minutes?
Yeah, what if, yeah, and it has Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx and all these people.
Yeah, I was looking forward to watching that, but I heard the reviews were bad, so it didn't bother. But it looked funny.
Travis,
The trailers in
the,
the cinema, it was good.
The Dennis Quaid cameo didn't do it for you.
You know what? I get like, it's not. Sure, a little bit. Like there was a moment where it got a chuckle out of me, but still not enough to get it to
Yeah.
a 1-star. Because usually,
Yeah.
like, there's a bad movie on Netflix called The Outlaws, and it's Pierce Bronson, and it's fucking Adam.
It's always on my recommended
Michael Rooker.
when I go on it.
Oh, Michael Rooker's in it, yeah, and Adam
Yeah.
Devine, who I don't think Adam Devine's a bad guy. I just hate him in movies. I just can't stand him in movies. But like, there had a sequence where they rob a bank and he wears a Shrek outfit, and I actually enjoyed it. So even if the whole comedy for like the most part shit, if it can get a good chuckle, same thing as Murder Mystery. There's a really good sequence of Adam Sandler with a dead guy, and he doesn't know, like, this joke is gonna recur. I'm like, okay, if you can get an actual laugh out of me a few times, you at least get the 1 star. And that Strays couldn't get that. I'll say Dennis Quaid got like a chuckle. That's more just because it was Dennis Quaid. And,
Yeah.
you know.
But I'm curious, had you because I feel like it's one of those where if you see the trailer, you kind of know if it works for you or not. Like, did the trailer like do anything for you, or
No, this is pure self punishment.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
I just, it's definitely because I work at home now. If I didn't work
Yeah.
at home, I wouldn't watch it. But when I work at home and I see the new VODs that drop, I'll go, okay, I'll put this on. Because sometimes I have downtime at work. So usually I don't watch like the important movies then. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, Talk to Me. I know you're mad. I watched in the afternoon, but I only started it there. And then I like had a long, I really had nothing to do at work that day.
Yeah.
That's why. So I just watched Talk to Me. I'll edit
I
that
have a
part
lot
out.
of these new VODs that I have to see. Like,
Mhm.
I haven't seen Boogeyman. I haven't seen Demeter. I haven't
Boogeyman, I
seen The
forgot about that.
Blackening.
Mm.
I haven't seen Bottoms yet. And
Yeah,
there's
I'm
this
watching that
one.
tonight.
There's this one called The Five Devils that I've really been wanting to see for a while. It's
Five
like
Devils.
when I went to New York like a few months ago, there were a bunch of like posters for it like in the subway, and I just thought it was like a weird poster. It's like a French like magic time travel drama, and
Jeez.
it just looked interesting. The poster's like this like they're on fire, and I'm like, okay, I need to watch that. I was about to start watching a few days ago, and then I ended up not being able to, but it's been on my watch list for like a while, and I've heard good things. It was like it was a 3.6 on Letterboxd.
Oh, that's not bad.
But yeah,
There's
it's like
tons of stuff
out
is
right
there
now.
something like witch time travel or something? I don't know.
I think it's a rare collection of genres you just listed. Like I
Yeah.
haven't seen many movies that are
No.
French drama, time travel.
That's why those
Witchcraft.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys are looking for a feel good comedy, I would definitely recommend Theater Camp, which just
Oh, I
hit
saw it.
streaming recently.
Yeah.
So good. I love that movie.
Mhm.
So good.
I thought it was
That's-
like there were parts of it like I thought it was funny, but it's like I felt like there was a lot more they could have done with it, especially because it's weird because it's like it's filmed like it's supposed to be like a mockumentary, but it's not. Like there's stuff that's like they couldn't have. Like it's weird that they commit to it being like a mockumentary, but then there's also stuff like they couldn't have filmed this if you're doing it in this format.
Mm.
Like it'd just
yeah,
be like
interesting. That didn't like bother me.
It
It is
took
pretty
me out
short,
of
so
it,
I can
yeah.
see what you mean. Where it could have gone like more in depth on things, but I don't
Yeah,
know,
like,
for,
if it's
hour
just
and a
following
half
the
long
characters
movie, and
around,
it's just like
yeah.
funny. It definitely worked for me.
But yeah, it'll be like it'll be shot like a documentary, but then in the middle of a scene there'll be like two people talking, and then you just have two shots of them like talking to each
Oh
other,
yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
like supposed to be like talking about like a secret that, like no one else can know about, and like it's just like you just have like in the world of this you'd have like just like a camera crew just like surrounding them while they're just like in this backstage area. But yeah. I did like the last 20 minutes where they actually do the show.
The
That
show
was
is
so good. That
all the
was like that brought my
songs, yeah.
score up.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I gotta
Okay,
watch it because
I'll
I
add
felt
that
like
to the list.
everybody watched it last week and I did not. I just saw my letterbox. Everyone kept rating Theater Camp, and it's on Disney Plus, so
Mhm.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. It's on my watch list now. But I think I'm waiting for Emily because I think that's one she might enjoy. Same thing.
Yeah.
That's why I wait for Bottoms too, because like it's kind of that like lesbian fight club high school comedy. Like that's right up Emily's alley. We watched No One Can Save You last night. Not up her alley because she finally revealed to me that she's scared of aliens, which I did not know after nearly 11
Interesting.
years of because she like grabbed my arm real tough.
Smart
and then,
lady.
Like, I'm like, what's going on? Like, oh, aliens they scare me.
I really want to see it. I just haven't had the time yet. I'm definitely seeing
Yeah.
it this week.
Is it Prime? Is that what it's on?
No Disney Plus because it's Hulu
Oh,
for them in
okay.
America, but it's Disney Plus for us. So no,
I
it was
see.
great. It was a good time. I don't know if I loved it as much as like other people. I think there's like it kind of reminds me of how when people if they don't like Zack Snyder's slow mo and it's like oh man I could use less slow mo. It's not slow mo. There's just some scenes where they go on like a bit like okay like I could like speed this up a little bit, but even then it's only an hour and 33 minutes. It's not that much. I even said in my letterbox like just cut like 5 to 10 or whatnot, but it's really well done for like it looks like a pretty low budget fare. It's yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's like if you like those type of alien movies, this will be like in one of your favorites. And I think I'll return to it, not like immediate. It's not like I think I have it like 18th out of the year this year out of like 80 movies or something. So not bad. It was pretty good, but I think some people liked it a lot more than, like, I know April gave like a 5 out of 5, but
Nice.
I had a good time. It's really good. So I think this is a movie that would have been much better on the big screen too. Like, it's one of those with the speakers, and like it's sometimes really dark. I think on the big screen I probably would have even appreciated more. So that's one thing I wish.
Kirkland, what's your least favorite movie of the year so far? What's your bottom?
Let me pull up my letterbox. I forget the name of it. I think it's the one with the interview.
Not a good sign.
With the
No, it's like a
interview.
demonic
Ooh,
interview
intrigued.
between.
Oh, like the Christian one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I was
called
so mad.
it's like demonic. No, not
The
demonic.
Pope's Exorcist?
Something like that. It's like
Nefarious.
yeah,
That's what it's
it.
called. It's Nefarious is the name of the demon.
It's like the
Never
it's like a
really
guy. It's like this like police like interview, but it's like watching the trailers. It's just one of those movies where you see the trailer and it's like, oh, this is like a religious movie. Like
It's
you
really-
just know, like it doesn't say anything, but like in the trailer, but you're watching, it's like, oh, like I can tell what this is.
This
When
is
I
one
was
that
in-
April found, right? Because I think you guys were talking
Yeah.
about
She
it.
didn't
Yeah.
I was
watch it,
telling her
but yeah,
about that.
she
I told her
figured
not
it
to
out.
watch it, but she watched it anyways.
And it's called Nefarious.
Yeah.
The
So we're in.
poster- it's like a guy's face.
Yeah, it was when we were in Manitoba, and my dad just like randomly found it. I'm like, damn, that's like a cool poster. Like, it looks freaky. I've never heard of this movie. Never heard of this movie. Let's throw it on. Yeah, that one.
I do not like that
Because of
poster.
devil.
I'm with you, Dylan. Actually,
But like the poster mixed with the name, I was at least intrigued.
it's
Like, okay,
intriguing.
that,
I like
this
the
might
letters
be.
flipped
yeah.
around. That's cool.
Titles backwards. That's cool. You're
Yeah,
oh, what's
like
going
it
on
might
here?
be a head trippy like serial killer movie, but it was not. It was not that at all. And like 10 minutes in, I like wanted to turn it off, but we were just kind of. It was me, my dad, and my grandpa, and we were just sitting there watching it, and it was.
Studio Believe Entertainment.
Oh, Sean Patrick Flannery, man.
I don't know
this
any
guy.
of like the people that were in the
Oh.
movie too. Like, it was one of those movies where I'm like, I don't recognize any of these
He's in
actors.
Saw 3D as one of my least favorite characters. He fucking sucks, man. And I love him from Boondock Saints, but and others. And I remember he was in Dexter too, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. And he was boring in Dexter too. Like, he has a certain. Yeah, he has a certain franchise he does very well. That maybe Boondock Saints because he doesn't speak much in there. It's just like an actioner. But yeah, fuck yeah.
Who is he?
That
The
sh-
cop. The cop in Saw.
No, in Saw 3D, he's the guy that fakes it. What's his name? But he's the guy that fakes the story about the hooks going through his pecs. And he's like, I climbed up and I, yeah. And it's like one of my least favorites too, because like again, Jigsaw like kills his fucking girlfriend for no reason as like a punishment. Like she was completely innocent. She had no idea that he lied about this, and he's like, if you don't complete this, I'll burn your girlfriend. And he does. And it's just like. That's defeats the purpose of how we started. Like,
But
this
Saw
is a-
6 too. No, there's all kinds of people that.
but they're all
kind of-
shitty people though, in a way,
Okay, yeah.
because they're all
No,
part
I
of the,
know,
like,
but
the-
more just in the sense that like
Oh,
he, like you always say, he doesn't really give them the chance.
Yeah. I agree. I don't. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like the games where no one has a chance to live because that defeats the purpose. Even though like the carousel, that trap when it's 6 people goes around shoots them, like really cool idea.
For sure,
It's just
yeah.
like what are those people? And I guess the idea they're supposed to whatever. But at least I could try to go okay. They're shitty people. They're part of this this health
The
organization.
doghound,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
doghound.
Yeah.
Well, the first one
Yeah.
too, when he has he's holding the the old lady and the kid, like one
Yeah.
of them's fucked regardless. You know?
Except the very first one is still like I remember my dad bursts out laughing in theater because it's William and he's strapped up and it's the oxygen tank.
Oh,
and
the
it's
smoking guy.
It's a trap where if you breathe, cement crushes your stomach, and they're like, and here's Paul. He's had bad blood, like he has a history of bad heart. His whole family, and what does he do? He smokes. And my dad was like, oh my god, because now Jigsaw's just going after smokers now, which like I agree to a sense. Like I don't get why anyone smokes in like tobacco. I don't ever understand. But the fact that he's going after tobacco smokers, but at least you can try and make something. But literally in Saw 3D, it's just like, well, this is your girlfriend. She's innocent, knew nothing. I'm still gonna roast her, and it's just like, and he does. He just roasts her, and it's like, well, he really didn't give a. I try to hope that that's just like the brain tumor talking. And again, now I just kind of look at him like a Walter White, where it's like, he says these things, but he doesn't really mean them. He's just kind of covering of like, I have a message, but not really. He's just a shitty guy that wants to kill people, right? Like,
Yeah.
because flawed games, but So I'm not watching Nefarious. Is what you're telling me, Kirkland?
No, like
I will not
I
put that
feel
one on my
like-
list.
No.
I feel like you might watch it though, Travis. I feel like there's been so many movies. Like you watch Strays at least.
Yeah.
And
There's,
there's
like,
been
the
so many movies that
December,
you're like, I
the
will
end
not
of
watch
the-
this,
the
and then you
movie
end up
race.
watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
are you guys doing the
exactly.
race this year?
We said no,
It's a
but I feel like
lifelong
it's gonna
race.
happen.
I feel like
it's gonna
we're already around the same point. It's like
Yeah.
it's unofficially happening.
What are you guys at
Yeah.
right now? Number.
How
let me
close is it?
I'm at 72.
If you guys both know like what each other's at, you're definitely doing the race. Like
Yeah.
I'm at
subconsciously.
75. And I know. I know.
I look.
I looked too. Yeah. I knew you were. I knew you were like at 70 recently. I was like, okay, I got a couple good ones there again. I'm technically at 73. I know it doesn't count it, but I did watch all Spider-Man Lotus,
yeah.
or I'm at 76.
I'll count that one.
Yeah, because I fucking sat through 2 hours that shitty ass Spider-Man fan film.
You gave me
and oh my
the
God.
Jurassic Park interactive one last year.
Yeah, I
remember
did give you the
Spider-Man
interactive
Lotus.
one, right? Yeah.
Where'd you watch
So-
it, Travis? On YouTube?
Yeah, it's just on YouTube. It's free.
And
They put
is
it
it
up
worth
there.
watching though? I
No,
mean, so-
not at all. No,
Is that your worst
at
of the years
all.
at Below Straight?
Yeah, you're right. I forgot because I keep forgetting because it was on Letterboxd,
It's
and then all the
taken
bad
down so
racist
much.
stuff came out and got taken down, and then they put it back up, and then more
the
stuff
racist
came
stuff
out,
was already before. That was
Yeah.
before the movie came out.
and then they put it. They've like taken
People are
it up
just
and down
trolling
3
the
times.
reviews like
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah,
Why there's
So it's-
racist stuff in the movie?
No, the director and actor had like some comments that
Okay,
came
okay,
out. Like, there's
okay.
been like
And
you can look into
there's a lot of videos about like it's like the Green Goblin actor did some stuff. And
Oh yeah, he's
it's
like
great.
like not confirmed, but like people think he was like maybe like had a bad like history of looking at some like underage videos and stuff. It was just like, yeah. But the movie itself is not good. Movie itself is really just slow and boring and depressing, and it's something that they did not need. It's like a full 2 hours. Should have ended like 3 separate times.
Yeah, I saw it was 2
Oh
hours.
yeah, I
looked
saw
it up.
the clip where it's like the movie's like it's like it's gonna end and then it just keeps going. Like it has
Yeah.
like a whole like montage of like the city. Oh yeah, the establishing shots. I saw clips of that where like, each one lasts like 15 seconds.
Tons. Yeah.
There's actually a Green Goblin in it. Do they look like good? The characters?
I like him. I mean, especially
I mean,
when
it
the
costs
first look
like
came out.
$100,000.
Yeah, I liked the look. It's pretty comic accurate, but lots of people made fun of it. I thought it didn't look too bad. Of like,
Yeah.
because I don't ever know how you can adapt the Green Goblin to look good. He has that type of mask where it's skin tight, so I don't know how. But I enjoyed it. It looked good, but it was acted fine. But some people just say he's doing like a Defoe ripoff. But it looks there's things that look good. They got an expensive camera that looks good. The Spider-Man suit looks good. Some effects like look good for the most part. Like it all looks good. It's just the content within it. So
We have another guest dropping in here.
how do we?
A little late in the evening, but the great God loves me 69, the newest of the Patreon after 9 appearances.
How are you
Hello,
doing, sir?
ladies and gentlemen.
How are you? You wanna-
Welcome.
I just
Yeah,
could
t-
only pop in for a second, but I just want to say hi. Love the keep making great shit.
Oh yeah, no,
Awesome.
no,
Thank you so
thank you very much. Sir.
Yeah, I love you.
I didn't know if you were a
course.
real person with didn't know if you're a real person with the name. I was wondering what was going to happen at first. So.
I'm real. I'm real. Keep up the good work, boys. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
All right,
Sounds
thank you
good.
very much.
See you
sir.
later,
It was
man.
fun.
Bye. Good to talk to you. See ya.
I need that
Bye.
daily. I need someone to just come in and tell me that.
Tell you you're awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, hype man. Yeah.
Yeah, especially from God. That's the type of twist where that's actually God. Like he came in to tell, like we're doing a good job.
It's been a while, Travis. I haven't
Yeah.
checked in a while.
I do like in our lobby. I don't think he's fully signed out, so it's just an image of like his frozen camera, like this.
Yeah.
He's looking like Kirkland in the Batman Reacts video. But, oh man,
That
Oh,
video
no.
always pops
think I
up on
still
my
have better.
recommended.
Oh,
I
like,
love it.
That video's the
reaction.
best, man. It's so good. How do you have it ready? That's amazing. It's so good.
Look at that concentration.
Dude,
Inspecting the
Dude,
suit.
you're,
He just
you're
looks
I was
dialed
looking
in,
in a
man.
completely different direction.
You're dialed in the whole trailer. I love
And
it.
see,
man. I love
that's
it.
what he is going on right now. Oh, the image is gone. Too bad because
Just
it's
click
just
it up. Oh,
just
now he's
that,
gone.
But now he's gone. Okay.
I love it,
But-
man. That was a great trailer.
I don't understand. I'll be on the Geek First YouTube account and it'll still recommend it to me. It's like that's my own video. Like get off. of
Yeah.
it.
I get that one. I get the Ragnarok one. And I get the Last Jedi one. Those are always on my recommended.
Oh,
I
yeah.
always get the Last Jedi trailer reaction from you
because
and
that's
Taylor.
the thumbnail. Yeah.
And it's always like you like
yeah.
like hold on to
Holding
Taylor.
back.
Yeah.
You're holding like Yeah.
That's a
Oh
cool
man,
metric, yeah.
those are so like I hate the YouTube algorithm. Those were so like popping those, and that's why I don't really do them much because I don't enjoy them much. But they, I always said they were purely done for business because like back in the day, you'd put those out, you were getting 1,000
Yeah.
clicks and it was like guaranteed. Like something like the Batman one, I don't even know what it's at. Like that was one of the later ones, but like last year, like you were getting 5,000, 10,000, and we legitimately get so many subscribers from those. And then they just started like kneecapping them. They only made it for like, oh, if you already have like this amount of followers or subscribers, it'll get spread. And then after that, it's like it really you had the odd one that did well, but they did so well, and then they just went away. YouTube algorithm, man, I missed like the 2000 like 15 to 18 because we could get so much more subscribers and even live viewers. I feel like I remember Dylan when we used to do like the E3s in your basement, we'd get so many like I feel like it now it's always just you search it and then it's always the people at the top subscribers, they go right to the top and then everyone else is below. But I feel like before when we did it, we used to have like random people come in and we get new listeners, and it's like it was so much easier to get videos out there, where nowadays it's pretty hard. And I guess it's more like the quick content, but I don't have time to cut and upload and everything. Maybe one day, I like always said that's the goal one day to do, that we could do like shorts and stuff, but that just takes a lot of time, the video like editing and uploading and stuff.
Yeah.
So but
I hate shorts. Hate it. I'm too old.
you hate
Too
short-
old.
Well, that's
Hate
why they're for the
shorts.
young people, Carl.
Yeah, they're
you
for the
know?
young people. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't even know how to make them. I'm like, how do you make them so short?
You just
I
cut
can't
them.
tell a
Talk
story in 20 seconds. No.
You just
I'm
have to
like-
take your making Richie Rich videos and get
Yeah.
that down to 2 minutes. Can you do that?
You could just
No, I
splice
really can't.
every pause.
Well, I've
so
done
it's
a
just
few,
all
but
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
I made a
level.
few because, like, obviously, shorts is the new way forward.
Yeah,
but-
they do well. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pants. I don't like it.
Yeah. And same thing we
pants.
did. Yeah, we
I'm-
did some
I'm-
last year with Comic Con. I did some shorts.
I
and
get
they did
that
well,
one in
but
my
it's just-
recommended all the time too. The like Daredevil season
Yeah.
announcement. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those did well, but it
it's
just
like 1.5.
it just takes a long time. Like if we didn't do all the other shows and podcasting, but it takes a while to download the video and then you got to cut it and stuff. I think it was also easier back in the day when we were rocking like 720p because it was a much quicker. But now we're at like the high 1080 with the cameras most of the time. But it's fine. If YouTube, and that's where you have to the same thing being a big echelon. Like I'm not sure because Carl, you have like a monetized channel now, I imagine, right? But like the YouTube payouts are not. They're not great. Like, they're like
Well, actually, my channel pays really well for what it is, but yeah, it's still
Yeah.
pants.
But like
yeah.
what you get, like what would you say? How many views do you get for you to get like $1?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on, I'll log in.
Yeah, because I feel like with us, unless the video does really well, it's like you'd have to get like 1,000 for $1, and that's like you get 1,000 together. But that's like the reactions were good because as long as you get comments on there and stuff. But it's the ad rates and stuff; they're not great on YouTube unless you're like big person and you're doing pranks or you're I don't know getting unboxing.
You're a big
fights.
person.
I mean like social media big Kirkland. I don't mean like I guess the big rest of the big show might have like a big following if they're
So I would get £3.88 per 1,000 views.
£1.88. So what is that for us?
Three
I was gonna say,
£3.88.
speaking in tongues, I didn't get anything you just said.
I know. I'll convert it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
see.
So you get about $4
£3.
to $5. So okay, that's not too bad then.
That's
so
yeah, nice.
Yeah, but my other channels, like I have one for the kids and stuff, and we did a video when we went to Portugal in May, and it's doing really well, but earns nowhere near as much as what my channel does.
oh
Just
yeah,
because of the niche I'm in, which they must pay higher.
yeah, and it's just it's same thing with us. We've had videos that are just like random, like the tomorrow. Whatever day after
day after
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
yeah, which don't do that well, but they're like up. So it's just it's just I wish YouTube had a better way of tracking. Like with podcasting, you kind of see okay if downloads are here or down, or if listenership's up here, you can kind of track and say okay this is why it is. Or even then they'll be like even last I can't remember last email long ago it's like hey advertising's down because they had these companies had this bad course. This is why, but YouTube is just always like dead silent. Now they do the thing where I think it's like you can't control your ad breaks anymore on YouTube. I think that's a thing now where they
It's
insert
coming
the
out.
ads.
Yeah, it's coming
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
So it's just like okay, that's what's the point there? So I don't know.
I think that's more for the actually it would affect your channel for long form videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So, but oh well, just it's now I consider YouTube just like a library storage because if Spreaker or SoundCloud ever go down, it's like I don't think YouTube's going anywhere. So like everything we've ever done is on YouTube, luckily. So it's like okay, it's a storage that I don't have to buy 200 gigabytes of a Google Drive or anything like that. So
I have
Dylan,
just a terabyte hard drive, and it's just loaded with. Back to our first episode, I think I got it all. I got it all there. Everything. I mean, I don't record everything, obviously, but I have a shit ton of episodes on there, and I still have tons of room on that thing. It's doing good.
Start adding them now. Go back to when it left off and start adding it now. Have the whole episode. Yeah, I wouldn't even hold it now. But you asked Kirkland, because I was going to roll back and then God Love 69 popped and all this stuff. What was your least favorite movie of the year?
I feel I still have not seen a ton of stuff. I have a bunch on my list that I'm gonna watch before Golden Geeks time, and things are coming up in the fall and whatnot. But I feel like it's probably still Ant-Man for me. Would be the worst. Or You
about
People was quite bad, right? Remember that Jonah Hill movie from like January?
Yeah, it's bad.
And then I hate to say this, S-Bubs, turn off your sound here, but I was not a big fan of Scream 6. I've never seen a Scream movie. So I obviously
Wait a sec, you saw Scream 6?
I just watched it like a couple weeks ago, and yeah, I did not care
if you
for
haven't
it at
seen the other
all.
ones,
It is not
you
my cup
simply
of
wouldn't
tea.
get it.
How was that? Like, you've not seen a single other one? Like, because I feel
You
like that one has like so
spoils all
many, all the killers, and there's so many references and stuff in there. I'm
There
surprised.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was that. Honestly, just like the humor of it, the
Mm.
parodiness of it, like it wasn't funny to me at all. Like the on the nose stuff. So, and then even like performances and stuff. I mean, I guess the main two are like fine, but like I don't know. It did very little for me. So I might put that one there.
I feel like number
understand that there's
5.
some baggage with that.
Number 5 would have been maybe a one that was better to jump into blind,
Oh, yeah.
without seeing any of them.
Yeah,
as opposed
5 would have
to-
been better.
I just
yeah.
knew I wasn't going to invest the time to watch all the previous ones. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just jump in, check this out one night, and
First one's great. If I know that's now you got a bad experience. The first one that is worth seeing one day, even if you don't watch the rest of them. The first one's one of those movies when that came out that spawned we got to make a movie like Scream, like the whole
There's so many Scream, like not knockoff, but every movie started like they all sounded like Scream.
It made references, you didn't have nowadays you have characters like this was like a scary movie or what you want to split up. None of that happened until Scream because they were the first one to start making those comments about like horror movie rules and characters and everything. And Wes Craven, he really like changed the game, and Kevin Williamson of course too. Like they changed the game, and that creates so many. You look at the '90s after that, there's so many copycat slashers that are trying to be in that essence. And the first one, that for me is always that I always got that at tip top and stuff. But I saw Bubs on Twitter the other day defending the Maloney acting again on there. I can't get there. I hate the killers in that movie. I hate them. I hate them so much in that.
in what movie? Sorry.
In Scream 6, when you watch.
Scream 6, the dad, Wayne.
That reveals
detective.
he's too much. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Well, and don't check out 7 because the people that did Happy Death Day are doing 7, Dylan. So I don't think that'll be up your alley either. So.
Yeah, I don't think I'll like. I still want to go back and watch the first one. It's on my list. It feels like it's worth doing. But yeah, unless you guys love the new ones and it'd be like a Golden Geek relevant thing, then I don't think I'll be watching other ones going forward.
I think around the time where the After 9 was supposed to happen was when the Scream 3 the extended cut. I remember wanted to talk. We just saw. I liked it. I think I like it more than the original one. Like it's just extra, but I already love Scream 3. So
no, I agree with you for the most part. I think there's like a few things that I go, I get why they cut, but yeah, people don't know this. There was like a.
I forgot what's the exact name. I'll look it up because I logged it. It's not like the editor's cut. The assembly cut.
Thank you. Yeah, it was like something that you put towards, and it's not what's going to be shown in the theaters. There's cuts. There's things that aren't even edited correctly. But this was
black and white.
Yeah, it's in black and white. Audio was me and S was watching like. The audio's not fully edited.
Nolan audio.
Yeah, it's Nolan. Like the music is loud
You're
sometimes.
getting blown out.
The jump scares are loud. It was super loud, but it was really cool to watch this movie put together for the most part, but not fully out there. And yeah, there's like I think it was 15 minutes or 20 minutes of like stuff that had never been seen before.
It's spread throughout the movie, so it feels a lot.
Yeah.
The story's the same, but there's just a lot of nuance. Like the opening is pretty different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was the opening like? So I like the
It's
regular
the same general idea, but it's executed like differently.
Yeah, and
It's
Khan's like a
longer,
bigger
too.
piece of shit in it too. I feel in this
Yeah.
opening. So and the stuff with the girlfriend's a little different, like how they reveal
You
how he
don't see
gets
her
home
like
and
at
stuff.
all. Only when
Yeah,
she's dead in this cut. Yeah.
yeah, and you can see that they kept. It's funny because in the theatrical or whatever the final version, most of that's not in there except his actual killing blow. The way Khan gets killed in the assembly cut, like the last shot of him, is used in the theatrical. So that was cool to see. Like, oh, just little stuff there. So I wish there was like a colored Blu-ray version because I would
Yeah.
get that because it's one that I like
think that-
watching, but I don't think I could watch that over the other one because of the music and because of the like how
Yeah.
loud it is. Like it's fun, but I could never have that as my full on. It feels kind of like back in the day when the Snyder Cut was a thing and Warner Bros. Wanted to release it, but without the like effects. That's what this feels like. Of like, oh, that would have been cool, but at least with Zack Snyder's Justice League, I can watch it. Where if it was without effects, I don't think I could watch that like every couple years because it'd be kind of hard. And this isn't as bad, but it has some of those moments where it's
It's just cool. Like a lot of like character moments that were cut that I just really like.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Speaking of different cuts, Travis, I saw. I forgot. I was meaning to ask you. I saw your review for Saw 6.
Mhm.
You had referred to a different
Yeah,
cut, right,
theatrical
for the ending. What
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like at this point, I don't know which one I would have seen. So was there a big difference in the endings? Was there?
It's purely just like an editing choice. You can
Okay.
you can YouTube it if you ever
Yeah.
watch Saw 6. And the way I always hate it where it's just minor spoilers, but it's like you have the main game and then you have Hoffman, and Hoffman gets put in this bear trap. And in the final version now, the trap is connected to one of the doors in the main game. But it's one of these things where I think they're just trying to make Jigsaw like uber smart. It's like there's no way you could have ever pulled this off. He had to be there at the right time with 45 seconds left in this room, where the theatrical, it's a Jill pulling a pin, and the music's different, the shots are different. It makes Hoffman look really badass, where when he's getting out of the bear trap in the final version, it's just in the middle of the montage. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like it just flashes of it. So I always remember
I
walking.
saw the theatrical then when I
Yeah,
saw it. Yeah.
the
'Cause
theatrical.
it
I
ends with
remember.
like an epic moment of him like putting the thing on the window to
Where
get out.
they're in the final version, but it just edited like kind of like, oh yeah, this is happening off to the side. Where the theatrical was like, oh, he's a fucking badass. Like when he starts to break his hand in the theatrical, there's like a music. They're emphasizing the bone crunch. When it's the final version, the music's so loud you don't hear any of that. You just see Hoffman like breaking his hand. So it's just I'm a big Hoffman stan too. So I
Yeah.
don't like anytime my boy gets hurt. So I'm.
That ending was cool though. I remember you like seeing it for the first time. It was
Oh
cool.
yeah, I'm excited. He's supposed to be back. It's supposed
Yeah.
to. I'm preparing myself. I think
Post-credit.
he's just. Yeah, he finally gets out of the bathroom, man. That would be crazy. But no, I think he's just gonna be in one scene. My prediction is before Amanda and John go to Mexico for the surgery. I feel like Hoffman's just gonna be there. They're like mean mugging Amanda and say something like, "You should be careful out there." And then they take their trip, and that's why we don't see him because obviously Hoffman the cop can't go to Mexico on the surgery
Yeah.
thing. But that's my prediction. Or he like buys them their tickets of like, "Oh, I got you, not first class, but we're like, I got John first class. You're in coach, Amanda." Like all that type of stuff. But
John
I'm
just
excited.
builds a plane. That'll be what he does. He'll get
Actually,
custom built.
I used to be a plane engineer back in my youth.
Wait, would the trip to Mexico be the trial that he talks about
Yeah,
with Will
I
in
think so.
6? Is it that?
I think so. That's what people are kind of headcanning that because he talks about getting a some
like
sort
this
of
doctor, it's like people said it's like the same one or something like that, or similar.
Yeah, and 6 he refers to, there's a clinical trial I could do, and they're like, well, that's too risky, and that's where I think, this is the risky trial he's going to. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
a
cool.
little,
Yeah, that's cool.
it's kind of like Last Voyage of the Demeter of like, oh hey, we're just gonna take a chapter of the Dracula book and do that. Like literally, they're taking one throwaway line from Saw
From the
and
book
like,
of Saw.
I love
yeah,
it.
from
I
the
love
book of
it.
Saw. Yeah, like, oh, remember that time John mentioned
Yeah.
he was going to go to Mexico for his surgery? Let's do a movie about
They
that.
just do like 5 more sequels, and they're just like one-off lines from different
Oh,
Saw
yeah.
movies.
If
It's
this
like a
does well,
Family
they'll find a
Guy
way.
cutaways. Like remember the time I went to Mexico to get a surgery?
And that's what I love. If this does well, I feel like they're going to be like, oh, well, we have to have Tobin back because that's why it does well. And I think there's some truth to that. So we're just going to get a bunch of movies that are like in this time, like all in between Saw 1 and 4. And they're trying to try their best to fit it in and go, okay, like.
It was like the Fast and Furious thing with Han. Like everyone liked him so much that like 3, 4, 5, 6, and part of 7 are all before Tokyo Drift.
Just so he could be around before they killed him off. Yeah. And that's what they'll do here. They'll, and I know some people, like I saw like Dave from Film Junkie, where people were worried that they were like, oh man, they're going to do like a Halloween or Terminator and just ignore the other sequels, which I imagine they would have done that though. If that would have been
crazy. It's just like something that happens in Saw 2. Like John Kerr just dies at the end of Saw. Like, he was dead the whole time.
Yeah, some legacy sequel stuff, but no, we're not there yet. So
what's the reaction if Logan shows up, Travis? You're there in the theater.
I don't think no one will even know who he is.
You see your boy Logan.
The theater reaction.
You have Hoffman, Amanda, then this guy shows up. It's like an epic
I don't think I'd
moment. Just no
recognize
one knows who he is.
Yeah, and then you'd have. I guess I was gonna say you have to have Dr. Gordon, but you can't because Dr. Gordon was the That's what I hated in the original franchise. They made him the secret apprentice, but then Logan was like the secret apprentice. Like, hey, you can't have so many secret apprentices. Like, you get one of those. You get one apprentice. You get to hide. You don't get to hide two, John. Like, again, he had 4 apprentices near the end of all. Like, in the
reveal, Adam is the 3rd secret apprentice.
Oh, again, I think I've said this before, maybe on the Saw Retro, but for many years there was this theory going around that he was an FBI undercover agent, that he was planted in a jigsaw trap, and that Skeleton was not him. They just placed a dead body, and Adam was coming back. For a while, Adam was like in Scream franchise, how everyone thinks Bill, or what's his name, Stu's gonna come back. Yeah, everyone thought Adam was gonna come back, and then they literally show a skeleton of him and be like, no, like there's still ways. There's still ways.
That's what they did in Scream 6. They had the Detective Bailey switched out his daughter's body with the fake body.
Oh my god!
Just in 5 seconds, he's doing Hoffman's speed right there to switch out the body.
How did they not identify the body though? He just like is it just because
he's like the police guy? I don't know. He's like
he's the police captain. I just hate that third act. That's where like I was so on board like to put that as like my second Scream movie, and this third act for me just there's too many jumps like that. There's just so much like that whole thing of like anytime you do you can fake a death like, oh, I get killed. And it's only been like
I like
half
Chad,
an hour.
but the Chad fake, it's too much. They went too
oh
far.
my god! Yeah, they
literally
stabbed like 50 times, and he still survives. Like, come on! Like,
and the Gale one too is so weird because it's like she just shows up, and that's like a Courtney Cox producer. Like, I want to be in the next one. They just like 100%. Reshot that ending.
Yeah, she was dead, and they're like, oh yeah, Gail's in the hospital. With no scenes of Gail in the hospital. Just like bywords. Yeah, she's in there. She's doing well. But I did see that there was rumors that they were talking about before the strike that Patrick Dempsey had been talked to. So if Detective Kincaid can come back, man, I'm fucking all in because I've been dying.
I know people are asking they asked Neve Campbell about it. Like I forget at some con she's like I can't talk about it or something.
Yeah, but she always continues to shit on them, which is good. She always bring up the price stuff, so I don't think she needs to come back, but because I don't think but I'm fine if they come back with Patrick Dempsey, but I just don't want them to kill her. I think she's the one final girl that should make it. There's only a few of them that they always die, so I just feel like the end of Sydney's story should not be that she's butchered by like the 18th Ghostface killer. Like I feel like she should
Stu
get
is back for this one.
yes, Stu. Here we go. Yeah.
I know people are saying people are thinking that Scream 7 was gonna be like Halloween next year, but Paramount just put like Smile 2 on that date.
Yeah.
Plus Scream hasn't even started filming it, and Jenna Ortega is still doing Beetlejuice and stuff. Yeah. I think if there wasn't a strike, it probably would have started filming probably like start of next year maybe, and then I think that was the same schedule. Like, oh no, Scream 6 was like the opposite. It started filming in like October and then came out in like March or whatever.
Yeah, they had a quick turnaround time. Yeah, there's a bunch of those. Which luckily, it sounds like the writer strikes sounds like we're hopefully like nearing the end of that. And then once they do that, they do actor strikes. So hopefully we can get back on board. But even stuff like Venom has like a July 2024 date. It's like they shot less than a week. It's like that's not happening. And if it does happen, that's some bad news. But like, Beetlejuice, they said Tim Burton said they were 90% done, so that's good. And I'm just happy that we could maybe get Deadpool 3.
Movie. If they
Which
if
one?
they start the winter Scream movie, if they don't do
Oh,
October,
yeah.
push it to December. Plus, I think the original Scream movie it came out like it was like a December 15th movie or
Yeah.
something like that.
Big
You can
Christmas
get the
movie.
Christmas one.
Ooh. Just seen you did Knock at the Cabin and you give it 4 stars.
Me?
Travis.
Who?
Oh.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
yeah.
give 4 stars.
I give
I
it
liked
1.5. If
You
that
give it
was
a
being
1.5?
generous. Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
shit.
Spicy.
I didn't
Jeez.
like it much
1.5.
either, Carl. I'm with you. on
There was
that.
like, where's the twist? I need a twist.
That was the
But
twist.
there's no twist.
What twist? There
Yeah,
was no
that was the
twist. It was
twist.
just
That's the
That was the
twist. You're
twist.
expecting a twist, and there's no
The
twist.
characters were telling the
No.
truth the whole time. Dylan, but would you say it's 1.5 worthy?
Out of 5, that seems pretty. Like I'd probably give it like a 3 stars or something.
Yeah,
or
at least a
2.5.
pass.
3
Yeah.
stars is like I can see why people like this, but it's like I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Batista's
yeah.
great. He's fucking great. in
Yeah,
that
he was
movie.
great, but that was
Yeah.
it. It wasn't enough to like. No, I'll never watch that again. That was awful.
Fair
That
enough.
that was one that was like on VOD like 10 days after it came out because I saw it in theaters and there was maybe like 4 other people there. I was like, hey, this is not going to do very well.
That's why if I don't like, it sounds bad and they need to stop doing that. But that's why if I think a movie's not going to do well, I'm not going to see it because like Demeter, me and Taylor were going to see it. The speakers were broken, and then it bombed. And literally that Monday, it's like, hey, in 8 days it's on VOD. It's like, well, why would I go to the theater then? You know, like I will go to the theater if it's something I feel like I really want to see on the big screen because I still prefer it that way. But that was one where I didn't know how good it was going to be. I actually end up really enjoying it, but I thought
Was
it
it
could
good
also just be a what?
Was it good then? A lot of
Yeah,
tourists, but
I liked it. Who knows? Because I think like Clay, he really didn't like it. But Clay has some really, he's a hoity-toity taste nowadays. It's tough to please Clay on what he likes. But I feel like there's enough people that also
If it
like,
has Boyd
it's-
Holbrook in it, he likes it. If not,
Yeah. Biggest Boyd
strongly
Holbrook
against
fan.
it.
You can never get a 5 out of 5 if Boyd's not in your movie. But
Gotta have
um,
Boyd.
That would have
yeah.
been a fun one to see in theaters, though, Travis. The meter. That would have been.
But once like I said, and I'd heard enough though mixed where I didn't know for sure if I wanted to go spend 2 hours. That's where, and there are other people, not just Clay that I've talked about. Yeah, it's just like a generic one. But I love just this Dracula on a boat movie. I love the visuals. I fucking love Dave Dalschmachchen. He's like fun and stuff. That's why I was disappointed in Boogeyman. If you're watching Boogeyman because of him, he is not in there.
Yeah,
Cobweb.
Not that much. It's Cobwebs. Are you just creeping my
yeah,
letterbox right now?
yeah, I'm creeping. Yeah, so I forget about Letterboxd and then I come on here and then oh shit,
Yeah.
Letterboxd, and then I go in and realize I've watched more movies than I have, and I add them all to my list.
Nice.
Carrie says, I really want to see Voyager, but yeah, not terrible. I don't think it was terrible, but some people, I think lots of people haven't said it's terrible.
Chris,
Lots
my
of
wee
people
friend.
just say it's like generic.
I just thought it
So-
was long. Honestly, I liked it. I just thought it shouldn't have been 2 hours.
That's
when I
fair.
saw it. But I enjoyed it. I was positive on it. I just
That
I
last
I'm gonna
shot,
check it out
though,
at some point.
that last shot's fucking creepy.
Yeah,
though. It's
I-
so
yeah,
good. I was like,
yeah.
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Like,
throughout the movie, there's some cool shots. Even the effects, the practical effects, everything looked good. But there was some creepy shots when he's like freaking curled up in the corner and stuff
Yeah.
in the dark and stuff. And
and I like that type of Dracula. I love the like that. There's, I get the whole sexy, like the whole like, oh yeah, and then they get him into a room and that's a trick and he's Dracula. But I like the Midnight Mass, winged angel, just freak Dracula. Like
Did
that's
you
a
end up seeing
Dracula.
Renfield?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fine. I didn't find it as funny as much people. I think that's what happened with me. I didn't. I
I
think
I
Cage should have been in a
enjoyed
lot
it.
more.
Yeah, the thing I did like was like it was like even though I'm like a hater of like the CGI blood, I think they
Mhm.
did it in a way where it's like purposely just like so over the top and goofy that I think it worked.
That's
Like
fair.
if it was like trying to replace like this is supposed to be like realistic blood, it would have looked bad, but they just made it like it was just like gushers, like thick blood. It was just weird looking, and I like that detail of it.
Pope's Exorcist. That was another one I rated really low. I thought it was pants.
Oh,
I like Pope's
I had
Exorcist.
that's a so bad it's good. That one's fucking great. I'd love to watch that with it. Like a
It's so
room
good.
of
That was like
people.
when I said in my review, it's like give this guy like Nightmare on Elm Street, like this director, like he could
Oh
do
yeah.
it.
again, like I said, the stuff they had that kid say, I was like, that can't be legal. There's no. They got this
They filmed it
10-year-old.
in Italy.
Yeah, they got this 10-year-old saying shit that like I've not even said. Like, oh, like I could not believe what was coming out of this kid's mouth. And Russell Crowe and his accent's just reacting to the, oh no, you
And the ending
demon.
is so good. It's so stupid. Like they just have like a secret demon division under the
Oh, I
under
know. They have an Avengers for demons, and they said they're making two. So I'm like,
101
awesome.
sequels. They have it planned out.
give
Do you know
them
what?
all to me.
It was
Yeah.
the final scene that just took me completely out when there was this like demon portal thing to hell opened
Yeah,
up.
I
I'm
agree,
like,
and I
what
didn't.
the-
I didn't like the choice of like because it's not a big spoiler. Russell Crowe gets possessed at one point, and that's like the ending. And for me, I didn't enjoy it because like I'm enjoying Russell Crowe being this like really cheesy exorcist guy. So like the fact that he's like the villain and we're cheering for this new young guy, it's like that's all right. But I agree, Carl. Like I liked more the first half where it was cheesy, and that's what I
I
was
thought
gonna say
the
about.
humor was like actually good too. Like there's some funny moments, like even
Yeah.
with the horror stuff.
I agree, and that's what the other thing I was gonna say for Renfield. I didn't know it was gonna be, and maybe because I didn't watch enough trailers, I didn't know it was gonna be that action heavy. So I just didn't think I was
Yeah.
really wanting that out of the Renfield movie. I thought
That's
it was
what,
gonna
that's
be.
what a lot of people off of it because it's like it's very much like an action comedy.
People are like, oh, do you want a John Wick Dracula movie? I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I wanted the barrel massive weight of talent, but with him as Dracula and Nicholas Hoult. Like,
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be in there a lot more, and he has like 50 minutes, and he's great as Dracula. He's so much
Some
fun.
great
but-
makeup too, and he's like at the start where he's like all like weak and he's like all
Yeah.
destroyed and stuff.
Yeah,
But
so
that
the
new-
trailers did show that kind of action side to it. That's actually, to your point, that's kind of what turned me off to it. Like I would have
Mhm.
preferred something. The trailers were showing Nicholas Holt battling SWAT teams, jumping off walls and stuff. So I was like,
Yeah. That's in the movie a lot too. It's not just the trailers, like the
Yeah.
third acts, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched the trailer because I'm waiting for when we do it on a newscast. But I'm really excited for that Dreamer movie that Nick Cage is the A24 one. I keep
The
hearing
trailer
great
that,
things.
that went up to like I think I have that like probably like top 5 most anticipated.
Kirkland and Dylan, do you know what this movie is? So it's
Yeah.
it's about
No.
it's about it's about a guy.
Number
It's
4 most anticipated right now.
Nick Cage. He's just playing a random guy, and what happens is he's popping up in everyone's dreams. People don't know why. So whether it's a good dream, scary dream, sexy dream, all they see is this Nicolas Cage character, and in the real life, people be like, "You're the guy from my dream." He has no fucking clue, and oh my
Dream
god.
Scenario. Is that what
Oh,
you're-
is
Yeah.
that Dream Scenario? Okay, sorry, I thought it was called Dreamer, but
it looked
Yeah.
good. It looked good. I saw the trailer.
yeah, and then you've got a shot in there. I heard of like him having like a Freddy Krueger glove, so that's pretty
Yeah,
fun. So
they're
yeah,
doing like a
Ooh,
it's
that's
like
high up
it's
for
a
me.
funny moment. Yeah.
Thank you.
I updated my most anticipated list a bunch of times recently, just with like remembering that a movie's coming out. Like
Fall Stack, man. We talked about in the Discord a while back when I think you or somebody put in like, what's your top
I
10
think
for
I
the rest
put
of the
it,
year?
yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like at first like, oh, this is easy enough, but there's so much stuff, whether it's Oscar bait or A24, and just even regular stuff, like even the Marvels, like I'm not that excited for, but like it's coming out in November, so it's just there's tons of stuff. Unfortunately, we lost Dune, but there's tons of movies coming in the next little bit and shows. So
Why I remember, Travis, have you watched Tales yet? I can't remember if we talked about
Tales,
Heels.
Hills,
The Stephen Amell show.
Yeah.
Heels.
Heels.
Yeah, yeah. No, I haven't. I at some point will, but it's just
The show he
Season 2.
broke the strike for.
yeah. I will at some point. I think I hate to say this, Carl. I feel like it's a show that's going to get canceled, so I'm waiting for it to get canceled. Then maybe.
It's not getting cancelled. Stop that.
No, I feel like. Oh, I don't know.
It's actually amazing. Like,
Yeah,
it's probably up there with one of my favorites at the moment.
yeah. No, it won't get
And
watched
yeah,
at least
I
until
honestly,
next year.
you'll enjoy it. If you like wrestling, you'll enjoy that.
Right now, it's pure horror vibe. Right now, just watching scary movies and everything. But I will get to Heels. at some point. Heels. Yeah, at some point. Yeah, got the Halloween outfits. Spent about like $400 on the Halloween costume. Yeah,
What's
we bought
what's the
next
verdict?
year's costume. We're doing because Gwen's doing Pink Power Ranger, Logan's doing Leonardo from TMT, and then Ellie's gonna do Elmo, so I'm gonna do Super Grover, and then Emily's doing Groucho or Oscar the Grouch.
Nice.
And then we bought, because I'm sure they'll be there next year, but not for sure. They're doing the X-Men '97 Halloween costume, so we were gonna do Rogue and Gambit this year, but because Ellie's being Elmo, like, oh, we'll do this year. So we bought them for next year in case they're not around. But they're the ones directly from the show, so I got the Gambit headpiece and everything. You got
Nice.
yeah. So I'm
Sick.
very
You gonna wear like
excited because-
contacts so your eyes are just like red.
Maybe, yeah, that'd be cool. I didn't think about that, but yeah, I definitely would be down with that, because plus we probably use them in a movie or something too, so why not? But yeah, and then Emily,
yeah.
because they also sell like a $31 Rogue wig, but she's just gonna like dye the hair and the white streaks, but the wig is like looking really like, I don't know, yeah, what's the animal? Skunky too. Like it's just very like, okay, doesn't look natural, but just because I'm sure they're next year, but just in case, I wanted to snag them because I don't know what they're pumping this
Yeah.
advert. It's weird, I guess, because they thought the show was going to be out this year. That's why the Halloween costumes.
That's
are
why.
out,
That's
right?
why like those like Legos that I got, the minifigure. They had a bunch of like X-Men '97
Yeah.
ones. Like that was like half of this wave of Lego, because I assume like the show probably would have come out around the same time.
Yeah, all the merch, like the toys are happening now. The fucking shirts. It's just, and now it's like if it's not out to like February, March, like. Hopefully they'll be around, but it just feels odd of like you're doing this big push and the show's nowhere.
That's how
and
like
stuff.
the Eternals Legos were out for like 2 years before the movie
Right.
came out, just like sitting on shelves, like their ship, like the big triangle
Yeah.
ship. That was like like one of those huge Lego sets, just like this $80 set for a movie that won't come out for like 2
Yeah,
years.
people are
No
like,
one
"Who are
knows who
these
these characters are.
These guys are cool.
Yeah, I just ordered my costume, the Peter P. Parker one for Halloween.
Oh, nice.
And Marshall's going as Miles Morales.
So what is it? So what is the? Does it give
It's
you like a
just
big
like-
fake gut too?
No, I've got that naturally.
Real gut. Real
Um,
gut, Travis. Yeah.
Yeah, Carl's like, I'm putting on weight for the costume. Yeah.
That's why. It just comes like a pink robe and then the baby
Oh,
carrier.
Oh, that's
So-
cool.
Yeah, and then the Spider-Man costume underneath.
That's a good
That's
one.
awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
So it'll be nice and warm at least.
That's part of the reason why we did the Sesame Street characters, because Emily's rules, we just have to be warm, because here it's getting like a little colder, but every time here it's like October 30th is when like the switch over is like it gets freezing here, and then those Halloween nights are quite a
I was
bit.
always jealous of people that lived in like warmer climates, because my parents always like for obvious reasons made me wear like a jacket under my
Yeah.
costume
Bundle
or
up.
something, and I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to go more authentic style, but it makes sense. Would have been just very sick around
Yeah.
Halloween if I didn't do that.
Yeah. So that's why we got these. They're like big ones, so if we can put them underneath. Same thing with Rogue and Gambit. We got like ones that were like these feel like the size of Halloween costumes are always not the greatest, because like this size would definitely be too tight, but then this side's like definitely too big. So we did the big one, so we can do like, okay, well, if we're outside, we can do some layers, so we're not like asked to like whatever this is, like this very thin thing. So it's like, okay, we can put some stuff underneath and be warm. So that's the idea. Plus hers comes with a jacket. She gets the Rogue jacket, so it's like she gets jacket, not so much me. So, but that's about it. So, yeah, yeah. Dang, I should have just bought. Can I just have the jacket? So, yeah. You guys got any plans coming up for the rest of the weekend now as we end off here?
Not for me. It's pretty chill. It's my
Yeah.
nephew's birthday, but pretty low key.
Yeah,
Got some lines to read.
yeah, you do. Yeah. Come on.
You-
Gotta-
New script.
Tomorrow plan.
New
Yeah.
script coming.
Well, there's some ADR. We'll tell the story, but yeah, there's some ADR Kirkland has to do. I've been bugging them the past month, which is fine because like the release date's far away. But I'm like, you gotta because we have a little bit more to shoot of this one, but it's literally just like pick up stuff and stuff that like because we watched the rough cover, like we want to just change that a bit. Like there's one scene where it's like, oh, we need like this a little tighter, and like there's one sequence. So like I've edited everything for the most part. That's like, okay, I need to do this. And we were supposed to shooting this weekend, but this was one of these weekends where Taylor was just like, oh yeah, I'm away that weekend, and we've had it like forever. It was like filming date, and he's like, yeah, I'm gone, and he's like, oh, I had that, and I'm like, oh, when did you put that? He's like, oh, like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, we've had that planned for a couple months, and it's fine, because a couple times we were gonna, and there's a couple outfits because when we originally shot it, it was the spring of this year, so it was still cooler. But these times we went to shoot it, it was more hot. And Kirk and I both have some like big attire, and we're happy we
Oh,
didn't because
yeah.
we would have been out there in like 30-degree weather. Like, okay, this is gross. Like,
My
let's
body
do
would
it.
still be out there right now.
Yeah.
I would have just passed
Yeah.
out to heat
Yeah.
exhaustion.
We're like, oh, we'll just get out there, and then we also got to find a new place because where we shot most of the stuff originally, it all burnt down. So we
Oh,
have some
yeah.
locations, but it's kind of crazy. And it's funny because this place I shot, me and Emily used to always take our first dog Heisenberg for a walk there because there's tons of hills and they always need to be tired out. So we went there, and I was like, oh, I always want to shoot something here. I always want to shoot something here. And it's just so lucky we did this year because we wouldn't have been able this year because that area that I want to shoot was all gone. It's all like trees are there, but it's our charcoal and burnt down, so it doesn't look like it did. So it's like
Yeah.
it's crazy that we like shot this year, and I've always wanted to do that, and it happened. Same thing, I don't even know to that other place where we shot there's a scene we shot that we cut out. I guess I can say there's a scene in a barn. We cut it for various reasons. We'll talk about on the commentary track, but there was. I don't know if that's in Fintry, if that's still standing on. We never got word on that, did we, Kirk?
Yeah,
That
I didn't hear if it got leveled or not. Some people were telling me it kind of got unaffected, but
Okay.
I'm sure there was some effect on it.
Because the scene didn't work, and we're like, oh, we'll come back here and shoot something else. And then I was like, oh no, that's gonna be one of those things because it's a place that I always used to go camping, and there's this really creepy barn there that's they
yeah.
used to use, but it's for public use now, and I wanted to use it. We've saved some of the footage, but it just wasn't working, and just the nighttime cycle was kicking our ass. But I was
Yeah.
like, oh, well, at some point we're gonna come back and shoot something here. And then I was like, when I see these fire reports, I'm like, oh no, there it goes. But hopefully it's all right. But
Well, I saw the pictures of you guys because, like you said, you looked like you were dressed up. You had some coats and some hats and
Yeah.
stuff. That was during the summer that you were
no,
filming.
we were gonna
dressed up like that?
the latest was the spring because we originally shot some in February when it was still snowing, and then into March and April, and
Okay.
then we were gonna do these reshoots in at first July. And I remember Kirkland messaged in a
It
non
was like 35 degrees or something that weekend.
He's like, it's really hot out there, and I was like, oh, this is Kirkland's
He's
subtle way of
dropping the
being
hint,
like,
yeah.
yeah, let's not shoot this. And I was like, no, we'll be fine. And then I took Izzy out to go potty, and I was like, oh man, yeah, well, let's not go out there. And then the problem with right now is the sun doesn't still go down till like 8, and we kind of need like 4 hours, like 2 hours a day and 2 hours of not night, but like no sun, like getting that. And that's where it's like, okay, either we can go out there and shoot for a little bit and then go another time. But we I think we found that we like better when we can shoot a long amount in one day opposed like the X, Y, and Z. Because there's the one time where we shot a bunch of stuff one week, and that was great. Because like, oh man, we got like 85% of this movie done. We're good to
Yeah,
go. Like, but when you do the other stuff, you get split up, and just life happens, right? Because Taya randomly has to travel somewhere to some Wiccan wedding or something. I don't know what he's talking about, but so, but
Confused on that. I'm excited to
Yeah.
hear what's going on with that. His wedding.
yeah, he's going to some wedding where there's like some attire. So we'll
Kirk,
we'll see.
Kirkland, are you going to be watching the race later?
Yeah, I'm actually I am the Japanese Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I watched qualifying right before this, and then I'm going over to a buddy's house. He just got a new puppy. His name is Pippin after
Nice.
Lord of the Rings. Peregrine Took. He's a Springer Griffin or something. So really cute little puppy. So I'm bringing Marco over there. The two dogs are gonna meet, and yeah, we're
Awesome.
gonna watch the
Oh.
race. And I hope it's not a snoozer because it. This season has been kind of disappointing because just one team
Yeah.
is just kicking ass. Max Verstappen's just like kicking ass. But last weekend it was super exciting because for some reason he was like really, really, really bad. I think he like qualified like 10th or something. So like the other teams was like really competitive and it was like really exciting to watch. But he's looking strong again this weekend, so it might be a bit of a snoozer. But no, I'm excited nonetheless. I always like when the races happen to be at like 10 o'clock at night Saturday, because otherwise if it's like in Europe somewhere it's like 6 a.m. start time, 5 a.m. here, so it sucks. Luckily we just like watch the replays these days.
Yeah.
But you don't go on Instagram right when you wake up because every time it's like the feed, it's like here's the winner. It's like fuck. Okay,
That's what my friend does. He because I to be honest, I'll just check usually afterwards who won, or I'll watch
Yeah.
like some highlights because, like you said, it's always at odd hours. Like even tonight for me, it's 1 a.m. or if not, it's early morning. My friend, he'll record the race, but then he gets notifications on his phone. So I'm like,
Yeah.
like, anyways, yeah.
No, I'm excited. It's so it's the Japanese Grand Prix tonight, and then the Australian Grand Prix is the other one that is at like 10 p.m. our time. So those are
Okay,
nice.
that's
It's on a
nice.
Saturday,
Yeah.
but most of them are like 5 a.m. They do have like some, like obviously there's the Montreal Grand Prix and there's a Miami one. So Texas. I think there's one there. So those ones are like noon our time. Those are always nice. But yeah, it's tough following that schedule, especially if there's like race in like Saudi Arabia or something. I think some of those are like literally like 4 a.m. here. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not waking up for that. The first season that Shay and I were watching it, we were waking up like every single time.
Oh
for
my
them.
god.
And it'd be like lap 60, and I'm just passed out on the couch. Like
I was gonna ask you, did you ever fall asleep and then wake up in the middle of a race? Like,
oh yeah, 100%. And then it's like, yeah, like the flag's going, like the race is over. Shay's like, oh yeah, you missed the whole race.
Yeah, because it's what is it? It's like 70 laps.
Yeah,
Is it
it's a
something
set
like that?
amount of distance, so
Okay.
each circuit is different like length. So sometimes it's like
Yeah.
70 laps, sometimes it's 59, depends on the venue. But yeah, no, it's a fun little hobby thing that Shay and I jumped into. It's all because of that Netflix Drive to Survive series that they did. They've done that. They've done like one for golf too, and I think another one for different sports. It's a good idea because it just gets
Yeah.
people more interested in
For sure.
those more niche sports.
What's everyone watching this weekend? Some movies. You said Bottoms.
Sex Education. That's what I'm watching right
Nice.
now.
Oh, yeah, final
can't wait to
Last
start that
season.
one.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Nice.
it's
I think
good.
that's what I'm gonna plow through. No pun intended. One now because it's near the end, you know. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
because
you'll be plowing.
how much is Gillian Anderson in that? I think she's
Lot.
one of the teachers.
Yeah, lots. She's
Okay, good.
She's like
I
the
love
main
her.
character's mom,
Yeah.
and she's
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Yeah, I liked her in X-Files.
She's a
Loved her in
full-on
Hannibal.
gilf.
A grandma you'd like to
Yeah.
flingle with? Okay, fair enough.
Flamingo.
Yeah. I love her, but yeah, no, we watched No One Can Save You, and then yeah, it's gonna be Bottoms tonight with Emily because I'm excited to check that out. I'm hoping it's not like Joyride where people talked it up too much because I feel like that happened with me.
Yeah.
Joyride where people talked up way too much, and I saw it and I enjoyed it, but people kept doing like the best communist is super
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
and people done that with Bottoms too, where it's like if you haven't laughed in ages, you're gonna laugh now. It's like,
I love those
okay.
quotes.
Yeah, like you're trying to get in the DVD box art, but
Yeah.
no, I really like. I don't even know how you say her last name, Rachel.
Rachel
Yeah.
Sennett.
Senate.
Senate, like
Senate.
Senate?
the Senate, yeah.
Oh, like that's easy to remember. That does not look how it's spelled at all. But
I was thinking
really-
like Sonat or something.
yeah, I'm excited because also with Emily, I was like, I love her and everything I've seen, and when we watched The Idol, I was like, oh, she's really good. You're gonna like her, and she's like barely in it, and the show's not
Oh
good.
my god. Yeah.
So like I'm excited for her to see something where she's like the lead, and I love that everybody has said like, oh, it's Fight Club inspired. Obviously, there's a Fight Club, but yeah. So that's on the list, and then tomorrow, I don't think there's anything much. Like I said, there's lots of horror movies right now. I'll probably start watching some Exorcists. I don't think I'm gonna see the new one in theaters. I think I can happily wait for VOD, but I'm in the mood to catch up. So I think I'm gonna be. I think now I'm gonna start hitting the classic franchises like Nightmare and Friday the 13th stuff, and I'm
Yeah,
really
that's
excited.
what I have planned. Like,
Yeah.
I just have like, well, I just got that like a few months ago, like the whole Nightmare box set. So like all the Blu-rays for all of them, yeah. Because that's the only way to get a new Nightmare on Blu-ray. They've never sold it like individually, but it's
Yeah.
on the full box set.
Yeah. And Creepshow, that's the other one now because I subscribe to Shudder now, so just for the 2 months. So
they
I was
have the
gonna
whole.
ask.
They have the whole series.
yeah, it's Shudder exclusive that show. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was gonna ask S Bubs, do you still have like your hack on how you don't pay for Shutter?
I don't know
Are
if
you
it still. I don't
milking
know
off
if it still works. I haven't used it like since it stopped working. I never tried it again just because I wasn't watching really anything on it. But
The
I don't
code
know
I
if
found was 35% off. There was one for 90% off, but that didn't work. So
the
maybe
the ones I
yeah.
used was like the way I did it was like there was one that was like a month trial, but then
Wow.
whenever you cancel, it like if you it says like please don't cancel. We'll give you like I think this is supposed to be like if you paid for it, it says like we'll give you one free month if you don't cancel. But since I was already getting it free, it's like a second free month, and then I just got more. I think by just doing the same thing on a second account. So I was like 4 months of free Shutter, and I haven't done it since then. But
I like.
I don't know
I
if
like
it
the
still
hustle.
works. I'd have to see.
Does anybody want a YouTube hack?
Always.
If you
Depends
pay
what
for
it is.
premium, well, if you create accounts, like different YouTube channels, then you can give that out to your friends all under your one name, like your one. So you'll have like your main account, which is premium, but under that you can make brand accounts. So like my kids all have a brand account in their own name, so it's all their own
I
YouTube.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
it
kind of like how
doesn't mess
Netflix
with your
does
stuff.
like a Netflix account,
Yeah.
and then you have like the death. Oh, okay, that's
So
interesting.
there you go.
Can get this
Good to
video
know.
flagged by
That's a good
YouTube.
hack.
But
Yeah,
Just
they're gonna fix that.
destroy
right
our
away.
CPM even more. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Maddie?
But
You
it's
asked,
Sunday.
what are you watching this weekend?
Probably the same too. The Caitlin Dever movie,
Mhm.
and Bottoms. I'm probably do Bottoms too, and
You're already on the
besides
bottoms too. That's gonna
Yeah,
be
the sequel.
Bottoms too. Yeah,
wow.
Bottoms
Skipping the
too. Yeah.
Shit.
Bikini bottoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else. Honestly, I haven't seen. Is there anything else? I know you guys said Sex Education.
Spy Kids. You got
No,
that?
Spy Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Don't watch that.
No.
Watch Theater
I-
Camp if you want to laugh.
Theater Camp.
Yeah,
Okay.
Theater Camp. And I haven't watched it yet. April recommended. I know it's on Shudder. I think it's called like A Black Girl and Her Monster, which I've heard like some good things. So if another like horror one. So I don't think I'll watch
Yeah.
it this weekend, but I'll have that on the list. So
Have you watched Swarm? Has anyone here watched Swarm? Is that on Prime?
I never watched it. It
No.
seemed like it looked cool, but I just never. I don't really watch many shows. I watch like 2 shows a year, and it's if it's like this year, I've already done like my 2 shows, not counting Idol because I never finished it.
yeah.
My 2 shows this year have been like I watched Beef in like a day. I was just like I like never
Beef is
binge watch
great.
stuff. I watched all of them.
Oh.
That's like a 10 out of 10 for me.
That's so
and then
good.
and
that
then
show,
Poker
man.
Face. I loved Poker Face. Ryan
Yeah.
Johnson. Like I think honestly some of his bet like if I had to rank like all like Ryan Johnson projects I've seen, I think Poker Face just the whole show would probably be like my number one. Like there's just some really good directing, even though he
Yeah.
didn't do all of it.
Yeah, I gotta get to that one. Do you have
The
your
cast
do,
is so good on that one
do you
too.
have your 2 shows planned out for 2024?
I don't know. That's not counting like the Marvel shows. Those gotta pass.
Yeah, of course.
But Star
those are-
Wars, I mean, I haven't watched Ahsoka yet at all. I watched
really?
I watched like
You're not-
5
you're not
minutes of
missing
the first one. Like it wasn't that it was boring. I don't know. I just like I literally like no excitement for it at all. Like
She's literally
I'll
only in
probably
it
just
for
watch
5
once it
minutes.
ends.
Ahsoka's in it for more than 5 minutes. She's in it
She's
for
not
6
really.
minutes, Carl.
All right.
Travis, can we get your? I know like I don't want to rehash. I know you've already spoken about it because I haven't got a chance to listen to the reviews. What were your quick thoughts on the series?
I'm really enjoying it. I don't know as much as Taylor, but Taylor also had some like iffy stuff with this last episode. So I feel like it's a classic thing. That's what we told this last review where it's like a Star Wars thing where there's like some good, bad, and ugly. Where there's some sort of like, oh, this is so good, and then there's some episodes where it's like, that's
I've
all
just
right.
seen
But
the bad stuff like on Twitter and stuff. Like
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen like the shot and like the volume and this like new stuff.
Yeah,
it's like-
the volume stuff still it's just so funny, the sharp turn from Mando, like, oh, this volume's so cool, and then now it's like, fuck the
Yeah.
volume, I hate the volume. Like,
I remember when we
it's
were just praising it in the
Yeah.
early days.
I've seen people say
they
like, yeah, like
overuse it.
abolish the volume.
Yeah, they overuse. It's like, look at the Batman. We're like, oh, we're just gonna use the volume for like the roof of
It
Gotham.
depends
the,
on who's
it's like,
using it too.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
have to use it for specific stuff.
Yeah,
Much
but
like
now they're
every
just
single
let's just
scene.
use it. Yeah, so like Vision, yeah, there's some stuff, but I'm on the upswing right now. I'm enjoying it. I think
Cool.
if I think I've said if the last 2 episodes are as good as this one and the one previous, I'll put it below Andor as my second favorite so far. So episode 5, that's the one that's really iffy because like I'm someone that like, I enjoy it, but there's just lots of like I'd say Easter eggs and lots of like, oh, you remember this, and like, oh, look at
That's
this.
probably
and,
Taylor's
Yeah.
favorite episode.
Oh, and
Yeah,
about
that's
best
some
Star,
big
I think
thing.
he said it's the best Star Wars thing of the Disney era. And I wrote Rogue One,
Yeah.
and then he goes, but this is different. But you know,
The
so-
Easter eggs, man. The Easter eggs do it for him.
Oh, and they're like Clone
get
Wars
it.
Easter eggs, Rebels and stuff. So no, I still think it's better than Kenobi. I think it's definitely better than Mando 3 and Boba. So like we'll see, but Disney Plus finales always tend to like suck for the most part, right? So you
Is
never
it
know.
better
Like,
than the one episode of Mando and Boba, the Bryce Dallas Howard one?
like the one when they brought back Cad Bane and everything like that.
No, like the first
the
one
Jack
that was
Black
only
one?
Mando that like everyone loved. The one that had like
Oh, the first
everyone
one.
like Ahsoka was in it and Luke was. Oh no, that was that the? I don't remember now. I haven't seen Boba since it came out. I don't remember which episode was which.
I think
There
it's
was, like,
it's called The
there was the full
Mandalorian.
Mando episode,
Yeah.
the one that had no Boba Fett.
Oh,
in it. That was
yeah.
like really good.
Yeah, yes, it's
'Cause
tough
that
because
had like the bombing stuff, like the flashbacks, and like
yeah,
the whole planet that was like a ring thing.
it's tough
And
because
he
like in a
fought,
vacuum.
John Favreau.
Yeah, he did fight Favreau. Yeah, it's like not Favreau. The
That's
guy.
Favreau, the guy who
Yeah.
fights on the
I mean, he
fight.
does.
Yeah, but
way.
no, like that episode's better in a pocket, but not overall because I think the Mando 3 stuff kind of hurt it for me. So it's one of those things. But yeah, no, I still think so. Like I think Mando season 2 might be better, but see how the finale goes and stuff. So yeah. Well, we got to end it there, even though God Loves 69. I see you come back. We get
Right at the end.
We're gonna
bring
be
you
back.
in. We'll bring you in before we say goodbye.
Yeah, tell us something you've been watching. Tell us something you've been watching. We end off with you.
It's a highlight. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm just
okay,
enjoying
let's
that
see.
Dragon Ball Z there behind you.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Shenron.
Shenron,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I love
Yes,
it.
sir. Thank you. It was $10, bro, for your entertainment. If you guys have that
Nice.
in Canada or Ireland. Let's
I
see.
don't
Something
think
I've
so.
been watching. I don't know, but I just got back into Cyberpunk, like big time. That's like a
Okay.
whole another thing,
Nice.
but like, oh, the 2.0 update came out and I'm loving it, man. Like, it's literally like a whole new game, like people are saying. It's so
Nice.
so good.
Oh, I forgot. I want to get Avengers now. It's like $3 before it shuts down.
We better hurry up. Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
delete it forever.
$3.
It might be
Yeah.
done already. I actually didn't check. I think
Why,
it's
they're
I thought
before
shutting
the end of-
down. They're
I need to
shutting
get
down
it.
the
It's,
game.
it's like $2.99 for the deluxe, like
Yeah,
all the
it's
DLC,
$2.99.
all the costumes. I'm gonna get it. I'm legitimately gonna get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Maddie, you literally won't be even allowed to buy it like after the date. They're just getting rid of it completely. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah. So it's
What
like-
longevity that had? How long has it been
Right.
out? Like 3 years?
Like
It's probably 3
I think
years,
so.
right?
20, no,
Yeah.
19,
I
2020.
think it's 2021.
Okay.
2021.
No, it wasn't 21.
No, actually, I remember he's talking about it.
Oh no,
I
it
just feel
was
like it was that long
2020,
ago.
I think.
Okay, 2020. Okay, it's like COVID.
Did they
era,
only
but-
have 2 DLCs for that? Black Panther and Spider Man?
Oh
No,
no,
they
they
had a
had like
couple
four
No,
more
they
than
had
that.
they had like Hawkeye, Hulk,
Jane
Kate
Foster's
Bishop.
Jane
in there.
Foster. I don't think anyone really cared
Bucky,
after like the first
Bucky's in
because
there.
they were all
Oh,
just like
really?
weren't they all just like pretty much reskins? Like the first one was Hawkeye, which or no, the
Yeah.
first one was Kate Bishop, which
Yeah.
is like why would
Google
you start
Bucky's
with that
face in that game. It is horrendous.
Oh yeah. I never did.
one?
Did you ever try
graphics is
Bucky?
so-
I never did download
No.
Bucky. No.
I never tried him. I guess I should download them. And then they were working on War Machine.
They just released it as a skin for Iron Man, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, nice.
it's like they had the
Better
model
than
and they just released it.
And did Jane Foster? Did she?
So lame.
Did she make it?
Yeah, she was in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
We
she's
talked
the
about it,
last
right?
one.
Yeah, I think we did an episode. talking
Yeah.
about her, so you
Yeah,
played
they-
it, but
Yeah. Okay, I played. Yeah, because they were working on Captain Marvel. Yeah, they're working on War Machine. There's another one that they are really excited about bringing. But
Oh,
it didn't happen.
She-Hulk. They like leaked it a bunch
She-Hulk,
of times.
yes.
Like, the devs, they would like leak it so often.
Yeah, no,
Never-
She-Hulk. They
never
were
saw the
definitely
light of
trying
day.
that. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
boy.
a sad thing, but yeah, nope. The Cyberpunk stuff. I saw a video of people saying that they made the driving like GTA, and then I just saw like the road that you drive on. At some point, I'm gonna. That's a game that like also never. It's gone down in sale, but never.
Bucky.
Oh no! What they do to my boy?
What's wrong with it?
That's so terrible. His
Winter
eyebrows,
Soldier
man,
revealed
look
in
like-
Marvel's
His
Avengers,
arm
and
is,
oh
like,
god,
so
what's
weird.
wrong?
It's like
Full on
He's got like
unibrow.
Japanese, like Tekken 7 eyebrows, man. Those are
Yeah.
gnarly.
Oh yeah, he does have those. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, poor
No,
guy.
well, R.I.P. to Avengers. Check out me and Dylan's review. It's on there. It's on there somewhere. And, yeah. So, well, that's it for this one. 69. I don't know if I can say the full name. I'll ask one question. Where is the inspiration from the name of God Loves Me 69? Because like I said, when I got the notification to subscribe to Patreon, I went, uh-oh, what is this?
And do you have like
This
do you
is
have another
trouble.
name, a nickname perhaps that would that you would
I have been
being
threatening
called?
for years.
You don't
to
gotta
do a
give
fake
your real
account.
name.
GGLM. GGLM 69.
Or we just call you the Great, like a magician.
The great,
The
I'm
great,
cool with
the,
that.
the
Yeah,
great
that's fine.
69, yeah, I'm up for that.
The great 69, yeah.
I'm always down for that.
Just call me Cole, I guess. Yeah, but the
Oh,
inspiration.
you gave it
behind
away.
that
You
is-
gave it away.
It's fine. It's fine.
Great Cole.
Yeah, that's perfect. The inspiration was me and my brother all shared an account on Fortnite on Xbox like back in 2018. So our idea was to name our account like it says, oh, gamer tag killed you, and we are gonna be like a friend of Jesus, a friend of God, and then I was like. So then I made an Xbox account, and it was so bad. So we made it a friend of Jesus killed you in Fortnite. We thought that was so funny, and so I made an account on Xbox, and then I just like got God loves me, and I just thought the 69 was the icing on the cake, man. It was just that, like people are like, God loves me, and they're like 69. What the? It's just such a 180 that smacks you in the face. It's great.
So good.
Oh, man.
That's a
And
great
I have
villain
like
origin
Yeah.
story.
I have like 30 DMs on Xbox that are like, God doesn't love you, Satan loves you. Like it's so stupid.
Oh, man.
That's amazing.
Get
Yeah.
some
And you don't gotta give your
color.
exact address, but where are you in the world in America?
Wisconsin. I'm close to
Oh
Canada.
yeah.
You're a
Ooh, man.
Packers fan. Are
Green
you a
Bay?
Packers fan?
Green Bay?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a Packers fan, but
I'm so excited.
Finally,
I'm
get
actually a
someone from
Vikings fan.
Wisconsin. You're a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow,
my goodness.
what?
Oh, good thing this
Interesting.
thing is ending. We'd have to have some
Wisconsin, yeah.
words, but no. Well, best of luck.
next month.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, next month. Yeah,
Please join us
after
next
we'll be
week.
back. Yeah, please join us. But
I will.
yeah,
I'll
this
be
is a fun
there.
one. Yeah, good meeting you, sir. Good to have everyone. Fun one. Carl, next one should probably be a morning one, so you'll be able to wake up at a decent time. So
Yeah, well, at least they made it tonight.
yeah, exactly. You know, so
I'm glad
we'll
you
get
made
some
it.
sleep.
Glad you got
Yeah,
him for some
glad you
snacks.
came,
I'm glad I'm alive.
Yeah, glad he's Shaggy. You know, but all right, everyone have a good
Shaggy
rest of the
69.
weekend.
That's gonna be my next name.
Good night, guys.
We'll
Take
see you in the
care.
Discord.
Take care, everyone.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.